it gonna work this time? I think it worked this time. Yeah, okay, there it goes. Good old YouTube trying to fuck with me today. As you do.
Duh.
So I've got sitting next to me a bowl of really very, very nice popcorn. Elle would hate it. Cause
Coconut.
Well, it's coconut oil, but you can taste the coconut.
You can taste it. Okay.
Yeah. So it's coconut oil and like Himalayan pink sea salt.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Oh, it's very nice.
Okay.
It's not like overpowering or anything. It's just subtle, but it's really quite nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aldi.
Eh.
I found that when I was there the other day. I was like, oh. A friend of mine brought some over to my parents' house once, many, many years ago. And it's possible it might even be the same brand. I don't know. It looked very similar, the packaging at least. And he like cracked the bag when we were there, and I just like ate like 3/4 of the bag during that sitting, and then he just left the rest of the bag when he left. I was like, oh, sweet. It was like the best bagged popcorn I've ever had. That stuff, and I'm not entirely sure if this is the same stuff yet, but it is quite good. Anyway, well, public figures out how to, I need to be on not invis, don't I?
Yes.
Once I put myself on not invis, there we go, and wait for public to join the game. Previously, once the recap finally ends, 40 minutes into the stream. Isn't that how the last one started too, Bio? Now I'm confused.
Oh, wow. It's the same.
Yeah.
I think the recaps go for roughly 30 to 40 minutes.
The group
Every
head,
time.
the group head over to the not at all ambiguously labeled hit target marker. Sarge made prior and discussed whether or not they should take that as orders to punch the target to death or to protect them from professional assassins. English him hard. With the hit target turning out to not have anything to say, the group fondly reminisce about their good friend Maddie from Solasta before popping open their maps for further instructions, only to find there were 0 quest markers to be had in the area. Not really sure what to do at this point, the group decides they may as well break into the rest of the apartments that neighbor Satan's house, which results in them accidentally intruding on a private moment between a couple of ladies who very definitely weren't expecting someone to suddenly barge into their locked apartment. With everyone now sweating bullets over if YouTube is going to end up fucking them over because of some fucking, the private moment starts to play out as Inu readies himself to smash the immediately kill the stream button in case things go too far. Thankfully for everyone, though, the private moment suddenly comes to an end once the two ladies finally notice that Inu has been awkwardly standing in the doorway of the room for a good couple minutes now, as they angrily ask what the hell he's doing. Things then rapidly devolve from here when Inu's brain slug suddenly starts yelling at him as one of the ladies in question, a member of the Flaming Fist named Jara, shifts her posture into a more animalistic stance as her eyes suddenly begin glowing as her face begins to burn off, while she angrily starts cursing Inu's name under her breath. The other lady, a nymph named Noise, I think, rather understandably feels compelled to ask, "The fuck?" mere moments before Yara begins muttering that the Absolute has shown her Inu's face before, as it quickly becomes clear that Jara isn't here anymore when she suddenly explodes into being a mind flayer while Inu's brain slug rather unhelpfully decides it was going to live cast every single horrific feeling of pain associated with this ongoing squidification process directly into Inu's central nervous system. I get that the squishy bastard probably feels neglected and all, but I still feel that was a bit uncalled for. With Inu now presently doing his best to keep his brain from turning to soup, the others bust down the door of the apartment to deal with the freshly born mind flayer in his stead, only for Karlak, much to El's resigned annoyance, to be given a sharp reminder that the barely lucid Inu to not accidentally explode the innocent civilian next to the squid. With the squid having been krieged to death in a matter of seconds, Inu finally manages to stumble back onto his feet to check on the clearly panicked Noise, only to become slightly concerned when the primary takeaway the nymph had from this ordeal wasn't that her client had just died, but that, the squid was actually kind of hot, though. understandably not wanting anything to do with the freaky shit that's going on inside her head, Inu carefully tries to explain that she shouldn't do the sex with a creature that is literally designed only to murder and eat brains, only to be met with the paraphrased response of, "Don't kink shame me, bro," which is enough to cause Inu to just slowly back out of the room. After taking a second to slap Natsu upside the head once they notice he had actually been peeking through the apartment window the entire time, Inu jumps off another bridge only to find himself belly flopping onto the pavement below, right next to Neighbor of all people. Deciding to humor the guy a bit more, Inu strikes up a conversation to see what class he's trying to spec into this time, only to find Neighbor is even worse at praying to God than a certain shady priest is. Once Inu's taken a moment to partake in the rare opportunity to cleric pose on someone, he bids farewell to Neighbor with a kind wave before turning around and walking face first into an 11-foot tall walking slab of meat that is a steel watcher. With the robot not having much to say since Gortash evidently was smart enough to not have his army of autonomous sentinels run off of artificial intelligence, Inu backs away to see who he has to bribe to lower the bridge into Gortash's house. Quickly finding the person in charge of said bridge, Inu finds himself absolutely delighted to discover that he's being given the ability to use his bardology degree to bullshit his way into the place by claiming to be a part of the orchestra that's backing Gortash's coronation ceremony. After easily acing the DC 30 bard check because he didn't spend 5 years working on his bardology thesis for nothing, goddammit, Inu is able to successfully worm the group's way into Worm's Rock, but not without the bridge master making a mockery of Inu's life's work by refusing to pronounce flautist properly. The nerve of some people. Inu then takes about 5 steps into the fortress before one of the nearby steel watchers walks over to tell him to get his ass out because he clearly wasn't on its pre-programmed guest list, only for Gortash to suddenly conference call in through the Sentinel speakers to say he's chill with the group being here because he's a good host and wouldn't want to throw out his coronation orchestra's new lead lyrist. Or lyrist, possibly. With the group now actually having permission to be here, despite Inu's best efforts by telling Gortash he was going to deck him in the schnoz once the group made it to his room, they nearly begin to fan out to loot the place before they're suddenly hit by the worrying message of game has failed to save and are summarily hit by more ground rumblings from the big brain. Once their momentary confusion has been brought under control, everyone properly begins casing the joint for loot, which leads to Inu finding a Flaming Fist member named Rainash, who is secretly attempting to desert the Fists because he's just a wee squishy boy. With Rainash now dejectedly leaving to sit in the corner after being told, "Well, that's too damn bad, now get back to digging that hole," the group continued digging through the Fist barracks before eventually stumbling their way into the Worm's Rock Armory. Before Inu can try to do any bargaining with the local quartermaster for supplies, he's interrupted by a surprised Natsu suddenly mentioning that Missouri is apparently just hanging around outside the fortress, which can only be a worrying sign for later. Putting aside Will's personal devil for the moment, Inu goes back to trying to requisition some wares from the prior mentioned Fist quartermaster, only for her to go off on some racist anti-Githyanki diatribe because, of course. Brushing the racism off because he's seen far worse lately, Inu opts to read the quartermaster's mind to see if there's any sort of inn he can find, and upon hearing that she really doesn't trust those giant masses of walking steel to not lop someone's arm off at the slightest transgression, Inu is successfully able to bullshit his way into giving Natsu free reign at the armory supplies. Or he almost did, if not for the fact that when Natsu attempted to do Natsu things, he was suddenly interrupted by the quartermaster and every steel watcher in the area, becoming pissed off and moving to remove the group's heads after Inu decided to try and vault over the quartermaster's desk to get into the supply depot. At least I didn't go through the locked door like some kind of dumbass. What the hell happened? Seems that someone just tried to sneak into a restricted area. What? I did no such thing. Look, I didn't even go into the restricted area. See, I didn't even try to go into the locked door to get into the armory. All I did was try to jump over the quartermaster's desk to get in there instead. Totally legal. Alright, fine. I'm reloading the damn save already. Once time has been rewound to save everyone a lengthy process that would have been them getting their heads removed by a 3-meter long slab of iron in the shape of a sword, Inu wanders his way over to the nearby prison, wherein he finds a Sarge absent-mindedly standing next to a sleeping prison guard. Sarge then reveals that his absent-minded standing was actually him performing an internal story time as he read a prison log detailing the Counselor Floric, that lady who first asked the group to find Will's dad forever ago, was apparently arrested on a bunch of hopped-up conspiracy and sedition charges and is now being detained in Worm's Rock as she awaits corporal punishment for her crimes. or capital even. Fortunately for her, though, the sleeping guard outside the front door of the prison she's in is just really bad at their job since they left the gate key hanging out of their pocket, which makes it so easy to steal that even Inu is able to snatch the thing with ease. Door to the prison now opened with alarming ease, the group begin to sneak their way in, only to wind up confused when the fist guards inside just completely ignore them after catching sight of them, since apparently they just think the group is clearly supposed to be here if they happen to have the key to get in. If not for the fact that it's likely they're all going to end up dead, I'd say someone should fire these dumbasses. Everyone just having carte blanche to wander around the restricted prison containing the incredibly important prisoner inside of it, the group spend a few minutes being utterly baffled at how shitty the guards here are, before Inu then heads over to speak with Floric about what happened. The sad Floric then explains what happened as she tells the sad tale of her having been caught by the Steel Watchers mid-recruitment drive, as she was then dragged off to see the now brainless husk that is Will's dad so that she could be formally charged for her crimes and sentenced to death so she'd be out of Gortash's way. Having given up any and all hope for the future of Baldur's Gate, trademark, Floric states that she's resigned herself to her fate, to which Inu, being the friend he is, says, "But what if you didn't, though?" Which is such a finely crafted and emotionally charged speech that it instantly deletes Floric's depression on the spot and convinces her to ask the group to get her out of the hellhole she's been left in. Goal now set, the group begins searching for where the hell the key to her cell could possibly be, until Inu decides that if pickpocketing a guard got the group into this mess, then it can probably get them out of it. Turns out these guys actually pay attention, so I can't steal shit off of them. Well, shucks, doesn't that just beat all? So, hypothetically speaking, how likely do you think a murder in the prison would alert everyone outside the prison? Probably depends on how quietly said murder was committed. Well, looks like it's murder o'clock then. Having now decided that the answer to the question was violence, as it always is, the group sneaks up behind the nearest lone guard as Inu switches on turn-based mode so Natsu could shove the trident he got from Jurassic Park directly up their ass to take them down non-lethally. Somehow, though, shoving the entirety of a 7-foot-long trident up someone's colon isn't enough to actually kill them, non-lethally or otherwise, as the guard takes the 30% of their remaining health and uses it to alert everyone else in the prison to get over there to help remove the fish stabber from their digestive tract. I'm with Natsu here. This was some bullshit.
Yeah, see, exactly. Thank you.
Now in active combat with every guard in the prison, including the sleepy man from the entrance, the group tries to figure out how the hell they're going to non-lethal their way out of this bullshit mess when half of them can't even comprehend what non-lethal even means. This goes about as smoothly as you'd expect for a time, which is to say not very, as the guards keep funneling into the anti-murder hallway to try punching the group to death and heal off the group's attempts to not murder them. Which isn't helped in the slightest by the game suddenly deciding to XCOM the absolute fuck out of Natsu on every one of his accuracy rolls, because all of these games seem to hate him for some unknowable reason.
Yeah.
Quickly growing tired of the game's efforts to nettle him, Natsu decides he's due for a bit of amusement and casts "Get the fuck off of me" on the group of guards that were swarming him so that he could golf swing the absolute fuck out of a bastard by launching him a good 15 feet away. It's at this point that Sarge steps away for a bit, which leads to Inu attempting to pass the time by talking about how Bio is cursed for the rest of the year as the group waits several minutes for L to eventually remember to hit the damned end turn button. The game then takes this discussion as an opportunity to take pity on Bio's plight, and in an utterly twisted attempt to give him some solidarity in his suffering, hands Natsu a critical miss on his next attack roll, which kind of just has the complete opposite effect from what was intended. With Natsu now fuming once more for what is probably the third time in this one fight, he casts Joker Gas on the entire enemy force in an attempt to disrupt their assault, only to then have one of the laughing enemies run over and knock him flat on his ass with a low sweeping kick. As if that...
A click kick?
Yeah,
Huh?
you heard me. As if that wasn't nearly enough already. Yeah, if that wasn't already enough rub salt, As is, however, one of the other enemies then manages to regain their senses for long enough to shout the entire group into groveling like a bunch of terrified peasants, including Natsu, who was presently laying on the ground. That's genuinely just mean-spirited at that point. Thankfully, though, the game then hands everyone a handy distraction from Natsu's continued suffering when Sarge nearly gives everyone a fucking heart attack when his armor suddenly decides to perform an autonomous counterattack after a guard tried to punch him, which results in a giant explosion that seemingly blew his assailant to pieces. Fortunately for the group's conscience, or whatever is left of it at this point, A spontaneous counter-explosion somehow only rendered the guard unconscious for their troubles, since Sarge's armor apparently was cognizant of the group's non-lethal objective, however the hell that works. Unfortunately, however, this feeling of relief doesn't last for long, as immediately after confirming the exploded guard wasn't dead, Sarge makes the absolutely bright decision to turn around and cast a fucking Eldritch Blast. You know, that incredibly lethal spell that his character is specifically built to do as much very lethal damage as possible with, on one of the few still conscious guards, which unsurprisingly ends up completely atomizing them on the spot with one of the critical hits that Sarge is built to get as often as possible. Gee, who'd have seen that coming? With Sarge having now ruined everything for everyone forever, Inu lets out a very deep sigh as he picks Natsu off the ground and immediately starts blasting golf ball-sized holes through the heads of every guard in the area, including the presently unconscious ones, because Sarge had already made the unilateral decision that everyone had to die now. It's at this point, while Inu is busying himself with executing every guard in the prison for Sarge's folly, that Willow pops into chat to scream Martha Stewart and fruitlessly argue, pun intended or not, up to interpretation with Inu without realizing that every word she says is doing nothing but give him more power. You'd think she of all people would have learned by now. Amidst Inu's systematic executing of the guards, however, his rampant Eldritch Blast ends up waking one of them up to inform the group that they're all going to jail, only for everyone to end up confused when it turned out that exact guard Inu just hit was actually still unconscious when he closed the dialogue menu. Not wanting to think about how that works, Natsu quickly blasts the fucker's head off and begins to cheer in celebration over having broke a sacred oath again, which just makes Inu feel confused about why Natsu unbroke it in the first place if he was just going to purposefully break it again at the nearest opportunity. Something about respecting, I think.
Yes.
As Willow is too blindingly disgusted to realize the folly in continuing to argue with Inu, Sarge decides to not help anyone in the slightest by choosing to consult the old one Google on the technical definition of pi, which results in Bio angrily shouting at him to stop enabling Inu's bad decisions. Look, as we've all established and agreed on, I am a genius of apple pies. Bitch, I saw you eat that poor excuse for a pie I gave you based on your instructions. No, you are not. What are you talking about? I enjoyed every bite of that apple pie. You wanted to throw up with every bite. Willow, whether or not he liked that travesty of a pie is irrelevant. He still enjoyed it regardless of it nearly killing him because of your disgust at seeing him actually eat the wretched thing. Likely audible groan of frustrated agreement. With the argument of how close Inu will come to poisoning himself just to continue a bit now thankfully concluded, the group finally get Floric out of her cell and escort her safely out of Worm's Rock, only for her to suddenly force sprint back into the fucking fortress and towards the prison she just escaped from, before she then suddenly vanishes into nowhere. That was a thing. With everyone now flabbergasted over what the fuck just happened, Natsu takes a moment to head back to camp so he can talk to aggressively Scottish guy again, and in the process ends up finding a note from Arabella, that orphan tiefling child who suddenly became a sorcerer a while ago, saying that she was heading towards Baldur's Gate, trademark, and I guess that Will wanted to talk about something, but he was summarily ignored for the rest of the session. We'll talk to him when we go back to camp. Now finally composed again after witnessing Floric's magic trick, Inu heads outside to see what the hell Missouri wants. What she wants this time. After getting told a bunch of shit the group already knew about the Grand Duke's current condition and location, before he's then asked if the group could bring Will along with them when they go see what's left of his dad, a request that, much like Will himself, is of course summarily ignored. With Missouri having turned out to be useless, the group head back into Worm's Rock to look for more shit to steal on their way up to Gortash's room, which leads to Natsu kicking down a whole-ass brick wall of the place so the group could go play on the dangerous cliffs outside. Karlak, unsurprisingly, broke both of her ankles pretty much immediately. After scaling down to a beach below to find an oh-so-humorous note about a man who was nearly shivved to death in prison, Inu and Natsu end up finding a secret tunnel into the storage room of the prison they already murdered everyone in. With the two left totally confused over where to go and what the point of the secret storage room tunnel even was, the day is then saved thanks to Sarge managing to find a nearby set of vines the group could use to Donkey Kong their way up to a new level of the fortress. Upon finishing their climb up the path of overflowing vines and weirdly out-of-place bits of scaffolding, the group find themselves on a small balcony containing nothing but a locked door, preventing them from gaining access to the fortress's upper rooms. Locked door, huh? Let's see what we're working with here. Finishes climbing up the cliffside and spots the locked door. Huh, DC 20, eh? Well, that shouldn't be hard to handle with my bonuses. Completely ignores Natsu and pulls open the spell menu. Damn, double threes? Oh well, not like there's anyone to spot me here, so I'll just take a second for me to roll the check again. Wordlessly casts Eldritch Blast and blows the fucking door off its hinges in the loudest way possible. What? Why did you... Guard on opposite side of door runs over because of the explosion. Stop right there, criminal scum. You violated the law with your attempt at lockpicking. Now either pay the fine or spend the night in jail. Why did you blow up the fucking door I was lockpicking? Shrug. With pretty much everyone except Inu now utterly baffled over why he just fucking did this. Sergeant Natsu began running away to warp back to camp, while Inu himself is meanwhile too confused over where the hell the guard even is. Only for the guard to literally burst out from beneath the pile of door wreckage, since the guard was evidently standing directly behind the thing when Inu blew it the fuck up. Once Sergeant Natsu have successfully made it back to camp, the two take a moment to bask in the unmatched radiance of the gigantic statue Inu commissioned of himself to style on the tag-along crew, which Natsu notes apparently has such expertly chiseled cheekbones that witnessing them alone is enough to bless the statue's owner once per long rest, and that the thing is also literally indestructible so the jealous peasants wouldn't be able to destroy it in a fit of self-loathing rage. With everyone else now completely enraptured by the sheer magnificence of Inu's statue that Inu himself hasn't actually seen yet, Karlak finally arrives on the scene she knows nothing about, and instead of asking any questions about the situation, she, in typical Karlak fashion, decides to sprint directly past the presently fleeing Inu to get to the guard the others were trying to peacefully escape from, and proceeds to cut them in half without a single thought. You know, just Karlak things. With the guard now exceptionally dead, everyone just kind of shrugs, since at least they weren't the ones to get Karlak this time, and start going about exploring the new floor of the fortress they just gained access to. Huh. Yes'm. So, I got to an even higher level of the fortress, and I happened to find a couple of dead bodies labeled as Seal Watchers suddenly arrive on the scene. Halt, citizen! You've entered a restricted area. You will now be detained. Oops, that was probably my bad. Where even are you guys? On the roof. How the hell did you get up there? Audible silence. Ugh, not you, you flying half-squid jackass. I meant Karlak. With a trio of Steel Watchers having now descended on the half of the...
Hold on. I would like to point out, because it hasn't been pointed out yet, I did not alert the Steel Watch. That was not me.
Yes, no, you can't see the colored text. The colored text for the oops, that was probably my bad, was clearly in Karlak's screen.
Okay.
With a trio of Steel Watchers having now descended on the half of the group that can either fly or jump good, Inu and Sarge wander outside to stop the others from getting curb stomped by walking half-ton slabs of metal, only to be stuck wondering how the fuck they're supposed to do that when both of them have the vertical leap of a limbless frog. With his attempt to fastball special a healing potion to a very almost dead Karlak having once again failed for no reason, Natsu begins reading through the stat page for the Steel Watchers out of boredom, and comes to the positively delightful realization that the things are not only immune to psychic damage, but will also literally go nuclear upon death in an attempt to vaporize whatever it was that happened to kill them. Fun. As at this point that Willow decides to show up again, and upon seeing the present state of fuck shit everyone is now stuck in, begins to disappointedly call everyone out for the situation instead of the 7-foot-tall glowing rage monster who keeps trying to stealth when it's literally impossible for her to do so. Natsu is understandably quick to take offense to the false insinuation that it was in any way his fault.
Thank you.
With the flaming meat tank now 80% dead, and Natsu's potions of course doing fuck all, the trio of Steel Watchers decide that the situation up top no longer requires all of them to handle it, and decide it would be a fun prank to cause Inu and Sarge to nearly shit themselves by leaping off the roof to land directly in front of the hallway the two were hiding in and begin to open fire on their asses. Now sufficiently panicked, Inu's stance switches into full healbot mode to support the sentient Gatling gun he was standing next to, as he mouses over the nearest watcher to the duo to find that each of these fuckers actually has a third of the health of the literal devil, which is more than a bit worrying about the group's odds here. Think you tin cans can ignore me, huh? Well, let's see how you like being stuck in infinity darkness. Not so, you dumb shit, they have night vision. That may be true, but you see, they aren't dealing with the average darkness anymore. Now they must face the legendary advanced darkness. With the Watchers now trapped in darkness within darkness, Natsu hops down from the roof to flank the things in with a pincer maneuver, only for everyone to end up confused when the two Watchers suddenly decide to then run to totally random corners of the hallway because apparently they were just that scared of the dark. With the robots having wasted their turns to run away from the Versker darkness, the group take the opportunity to unload a barrage of death at the one that chose to park itself outside the balcony door from earlier. A positioning that causes Natsu to sadly remark over how much he misses having force push, which is thankfully enough to push the thing into self-destruct range, while also being out of range from everything else. Since it would obviously be really bad if the Watchers turn out to still be able to move while in self-destruct mode, Natsu runs into the hallway to throw his trident at it, only to forget that's not how packed weapons work, before annoyedly falling back just to just pelting the thing with Vegeta's technique trademark, also known as mindless key blast spam instead. With Inu's initial confusion over Natsu choosing a throwing weapon to use as his packed weapon now more than vindicated, the dust cloud surrounding the Watcher slowly dissipates to reveal that, true to the source material, key blast spamming surprisingly did fuck all to it, which leads to a panicking Natsu deciding to hit the thing with a concentrated blast instead, only to forget in his panic stupor that said spell dealt entirely psychic damage, otherwise known as the thing that robots are totally immune to. Having fully accepted his inevitable demise, Natsu throws his arms into the air while yelling to his patron god to take him now, only to be caught off guard when it turns out his theatrics were for naught once the self-destructing Watcher demonstrates that they actually can't move once they enter their self-destruct modes, as it proceeds to harmlessly blow up on the spot. Now immensely relieved to know they won't have to worry as much about getting blown the fuck up, the group find themselves experiencing a second wind as they ready themselves to take on the remaining Watchers, only for this renewed resolve to be met with Inu getting shot directly in the fucking face with a giant crossbow from point-blank range. This action in particular pissed the absolute fuck out of Inu, as he thought it was an illegal move due to him being under the effect of Sanctuary at the time. But as it turns out, an entirely legal action due to Inu constantly forgetting that cutting words counts as a harmful spell, and thus puts him into Sanctuary block for a turn whenever he uses it. Ah, fuck, the robot up here just cut my damn arm off. For the love of God, someone please heal me. Man, Karlak sure is getting fucked up back on the roof. Inu, play Karlak Despacito on the world's smallest violin. On it, boss. With Inu now nettled and Karlak disarmed, it's left to Natsu to use his squid powers to fly up to help her try gluing her arm back on with a fastballed potion, only for it to end up actually fucking working for once. As a now stabilized Karlak gets back to her feet and jams her severed arm back onto her shoulder. Ecstatic to actually have the universe give him something for once, Natsu decides to celebrate his victory by chucking another potion Karlak's way, only for the universe to slap him in the face for getting greedy and take back the kindness it just offered him by making this potion once again not do fucking anything. With Natsu now seething to the point where he actually snapped at Bio for having made a joke about how inconsistent potion throwing is in this game. Thanks for that.
Sorry, Bio.
He manages to lure the remaining sentinel on the roof away from the freshly stabilized Karlak, only for her to end up getting knocked onto her ass again by what everyone can only assume was that same Watcher's targeting range bugging out, ignoring the now once again bleeding Karlak. Natsu decides to capitalize on the Watcher moving out of position to chase after him in order to hit the thing with a super force punch, or push, which ends up hitting the walking toaster with enough force that it launches the fucker clear off the roof of the fortress and sends it careening dozens of feet downward to crash onto the vine-covered cliff face below. For as undeniably cathartic as this was for everyone present, it also leads to the group making the unfortunate discovery that it doesn't matter how much damage you do to a Steel Watcher over the remaining health. since the game will always automatically heal them back to exactly 1 HP to ensure that they will be able to enter their self-destruct mode before dying, which is some real bullshit, but it's far from the worst bullshit we've been struck with at this point. As he simply cannot be fucked to care about the exploding robot that's now been launched into the middle of nowhere, Natsu decides to celebrate the success of his Looney Tunes-ass plan by pushing his luck as he whips 2 health potions at Karlak's feet, only for both of them to miraculously end up working for once. A feat he's only able to appreciate for a brief moment before the rest of the group subsequently attempt to gaslight him into believing only 1 potion went off. With Natsu now busy wielding birds to dual wielding. Wow, I can't read. Natsu now busy dual wielding birds to flip everyone off for their attempts at ruining his moment. Inu decides to scroll back through the battle log in a bout of idle curiosity to see if the Steel Watchers have even been giving the group any experience, only to discover that the metal fucks have actually given them over 500 experience each every time one of them explodes. Before anyone has a chance to celebrate the news that they're going to receive a mountain of experience for the trouble these tin cans have given them over the prior half hour, their uplifted mood is cut short when a 4th one of the damn things suddenly walks out of the shadows on the topmost layer of the roof to reveal itself as the reason why Karlak suddenly fell over again a few minutes ago, as it once again shoots her square in the face with its torso-sized crossbow. Seeing the last plan he had to kill one of these damn robots turned out to be as effective as it was, Natsu squids his way up to the rooftop to shove the stupid thing off it, provided it doesn't pass its saving throw, which prompts Inu to reflexively hit the quick save button the second he heard any variation of the word save get uttered. With his odds of success now artificially boosted to 100%, Natsu pulls out the golf swing spell he used back in the prison to push the Watcher down to where Inu and Sarge were positioned, only to instead end up right pissed when Inu immediately loads the prior save upon not seeing the Watcher take flight right away, since the golf swing is apparently supposed to have a couple second delay before the game says if it worked or not. How the hell did you reload? It didn't look like it worked, so I figured I'd... What are you talking about? The spell's always had a delay on it. I even did it when I used it right in front of you back in the prison. Oh, guess I was distracted at the time. Look, just pay attention this time, alright? You'll see what I'm talking... Natsu casts Repulsor just for it to immediately launch the Watcher off the roof with 0 delay whatsoever.
The game just wants to make a fucking fool out of me.
About... So what was that you were saying, Natsu? That I hate everything. With the universe having once again conspired to make Natsu wrong, the group begin to converge downwards towards the remaining 2 Steel Watchers to finish them off, as Bio wonders aloud how none of the guards that are stationed not even 50 feet away on the opposite side of the bridge haven't managed to see or hear any of the literally explosive bullshit that's been happening within their line of sight for the past half hour. With the damn robots finally all dismantled, Inu switches into Bard pose so he can top off everyone's health, which somehow even manages to include the still rooftop-bound Karlak, which, much to Bio and Natsu's disappointment, sadly means that the stream didn't get to see her suddenly fall face first from the top of the stream to belly flop on the dead robot in order to enter Inu's healing radius. With everyone now healed, Inu immediately defaults back into loot everything mode as he sprints over to the nearest Steel Watcher corpse, which results in him discovering that the fuckers are actually full of infernal iron for whatever reason. As Karlak is now relegated to doing the post-battle looting since the infernal iron is her shit to steal, Inu decides to help spot where the other Watcher bodies ended up, which leads to him noticing that one of the Watchers in the hallway actually happened to explode open the door into the room that Gortash is presently having his coronation ceremony in. This realization understandably ends up confusing the hell out of everyone, since it means that Gortash and the dozens of people in the room with him somehow not only failed to notice the gigantic explosions that were happening not even 10 feet away from them, but that they also failed to notice that one of said explosions also happened to blast off one of the doors to the room they were in, while simultaneously reducing one of the attending patriarchs into a pile of meat goo, because they were standing next to said door at the time. Some security force you got there, Gortash. Without much else to do now, the group decide to carefully step over the puddle of patriarch meat in front of the door so they can go crash Gortash's coronation, only to be met by a patrolling Steel Watcher telling them not to try starting shit here. Having finally noticed the group was here after the half hour of explosions that have been going off behind him, Gortash steps down from his fancy chair to greet Inu and apologize for any trouble his Steel Watchers may have caused for him since arriving. He then goes on to congratulate the group for having actually managed to take down the literal death god that Jameson the bitch sent after them, before explaining that shit is super not going great at the moment, since the big brain has nearly freed itself by this point, which will obviously be super not good for the Sword Coast should it happen, what with the mass squidifications and all that. But that it was possible to regain control of it if the group teams up with him. It's at this point that Emperor decides to pipe in for the first time this stream to point out that Gortash is always ready to put some kind of scheme into action at the slightest opportunity, which is of course all Inu needs to hear to immediately jump at the chance to ask Gortash for more details on his proposed alliance. Having been given the go-ahead to actually explain himself, Gortash says that things have kind of been going to shit ever since Jameson got his head stomped into paste, since Oren Barry used the ensuing power vacuum in the Big Brain Alliance to attempt to kill Gortash to take his netherite stone, like she tried to do earlier to the group with her dying stone thug routine. He then continues on by saying that he definitely only has the best intentions of Baldur's Gate, trademark, and the Sword Coast at large in his quest to lead them to glory, not ruin, and that he's so serious about his proposed alliance with the group that he's even willing to swear a divine oath that he and his Steel Watch would never do anything to harm the group. Sure, because we've never seen anyone break a divine oath before, especially not in this same stream or anything. Since he obviously trusts Gortash about as far as his weak barred arms could throw him, Inu of course instantly decides to read the guy's mind, which required a notably low roll to pass, only to find Gortash thinking to himself that Oren does in fact suck, which is honestly believable enough, and that he really would keep his word to not turn on the group and rule Baldur's Gate together, which definitely isn't him just thinking really hard about Pazak, because he's a well-researched schemer who knows he's talking to a literal mind reader. Not one bit. Look, I know you are just going to ignore everything I say and probably get yourself and the world killed as soon as this thought hits your ears, but I genuinely believe taking Gortash up on this alliance is the right idea here. Uh-huh. Of course, that's what I thought you'd... Wait, come again? I said you're right. Going along with Gortash's plan is the smartest thing for us to do right now. You're actually being serious right now. You're going along with my idea, just like that. Yeah, why wouldn't I? It's just a really solid idea all around, so I don't see any reason to not go along with it. I've always been someone to listen to reason when I hear a compelling argument. I truly, genuinely hate you with every fiber of my being. And that's the reaction I was hoping to get here. All right, Gortash, where do we all sign? Ending the world by releasing the prince really is looking like a better alternative to this by the day. With Emperor now busy bashing his squiddy skull into the nearest wall, Gortash gives the group some helpful information on the house to show his gratitude by giving them a heads up that someone in the Tagalon crew is secretly some kind of a Mogus called the Faceless, whatever that means, and that flushing them out would probably be a good idea if the group enjoyed doing that whole being alive thing. After then offering up one more helpful tip for the group in that the best way to find and murder the fuck out of Oren would be to hunt down the secret Ball Temple in Baldur's Gate, trademark, since her ability to shapeshift and hide wouldn't do her much good if the group literally break into her damn house to stab her in the face. After then giving some rapid-fire answers to what his original plans were prior to Jameson getting turned to pulp, which, as you'd imagine, were generally as evil as you'd expect, Gortash asks if the group are ready to attend his coronation ceremony, which gives the group a moment to gather their thoughts and consider their alternatives, i.e. being instantly turbo-murdered by Gortash, his guards, and the frightening number of the Steel Watchers in the room. Inu tells him to just get on with it already. Slightly annoyed over Inu being kind of a dismissive dick over his big day, Gortash tells the group to take their seats and please not break anything, as he walks back over to his fancy chair so the meat puppet that used to be Will's dad can do his fancy sword-twirling ceremony to pronounce Gortash as the new Archduke of Baldur's Gate, trademark. Coronation now over, Gortash fucks off back to his private room, since one can only deal with Inu's dumbass character for so long, which Inu takes as an opportunity to go talk with Duke Meat Puppet because he figured it'd make Will super mad, since it would be the stupidest thing to do given how things went for Floric. Inu, of course, immediately tells Meat Puppet that the group were sent by her to help the Duke out, which doesn't do much other than make Inu's character internally act like a smug bastard since the group already freed Floric from jail earlier. Conversation with Duke Meat Puppet concluding as quickly as should be expected with a guy who literally doesn't have a brain left. Inu takes a moment to confirm how awful an idea it would have been to fight Gortash instead of siding with him, and after counting that there was, at minimum, 9 of the fucking things roaming around the coronation hall, the group understandably feel very content in their decision to not fuck around and find out, given how less than half of that amount nearly turned them into paste. With there not being much else to do in the fortress so close to the end of the stream, and with Natsu presently trying his damnedest to not accidentally aggro every automaton in the place after nearly setting off an alarm in a restricted area, Inu heads back over to Missouri to see what she wants this time, now that the group have talked to Will's dad. Missouri then asks what the group thought of the fancy party up there before mentioning that Gortash has since moved Will's dad somewhere now that it's all over, which ends up confusing Inu regarding the logistics of that he literally talked to Duke Meat Puppet seconds ago. This, of course, starts Missouri on her typical devil deal fishing bullshit as she goes, "Oh no, Duke Ravengard is as good as dead, and to think there's no way anyone could ever save him now, wink." Which prompts an annoyed Inu to just tell her to go back to camp already so she can do her bullshit there instead. And with the group now having sworn an alliance with the guy they came here to kill, and Missouri having poofed back to camp to annoy the shit out of Will some more, which would probably be a good thing to check on first next time, the session ends with the group smashing their faces against the gateway into the lower city so they can find some problems to solve and also likely start there in the next session. So yeah.
All right, so I do have some potions that I want you all to figure out if you want them. Starting with, I have potions that I have absolutely no use for because I can fucking fly now. Potion of flying. I have 6 of them. Do any of you want them?
I will
Potions
have
of
to
what
figure
again?
Flying. Like,
that out once my
Oh.
game decides to not be frozen.
oh, Arm Sarge has left the game.
I got 2 potions.
Fuck.
Oh, well, he crashed. I have 2 already, so
Are
You want more?
I'll take more. There's nobody else
They
jumping.
last up to 10 turns, so
Okay.
send 2 to Karlak.
Okay, that answered the
Do
question.
you
I would-
want any?
If they're like 10 turns, I'm not going to worry about it. If it was like until long rest, I'd care, but 10 turns, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, it's not an elixir. It's a potion.
Yeah, too bad.
I'm gonna send the other 4 to Sarge in case he can make use of them because I definitely can't.
Just double check. Are you guys still able to hear me?
Yeah?
Yes.
Yep.
Send to
A
Faith.
lot of things are suddenly being very delayed on my machine. I'm slightly worried it's precursoring a crash.
Yay. I have 18 potions of glorious vaulting, which triples your jump distance for 10 turns.
Ooh.
Could have been useful in the last combat for the 2 that couldn't get up there, up to the roof potentially.
Inu, Natsu, I'm just gonna restart everything because I don't trust the behavior right now of my computer. I leave it fully at your 2 discretion if you think a potion would be helpful to move me along.
Okay.
I will be back hopefully in a few minutes.
So we give
Okay.
Sarge all of the jumping potions then.
Do you not want any?
See, I figure if I had gotten up there, I'd have just gotten shoved off a roof and died to fall damage somehow.
Send to Faith.
Also, I am dangerously close to my weight cap at all times.
Okay. I have a feeling that these are going to be split even between Karlak, Sarge, and maybe myself, but like I'm mostly using my elixirs for strength increase until we get the gloves that I know exist later on. There are gloves that will set my strength to 27, and I won't have to worry about using elixirs to increase my strength capacity so I can stop being a fucking item mule with it. But I have Elixir of Viciousness, which reduces the number you need to land a critical hit by 1, and it lasts until long rest.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely something that Sarge wants to
Yeah.
have on hand for important fights, yeah.
El, do you want any of those for Karlak?
I'm sorry, what were they in?
It's an elixir, so it lasts until long rest, and it reduces the number you need to crit by 1.
Oh,
Elixir of more crittering good.
sounds good.
There are also, I have elixirs of the Colossus that you might be interested in. Your weapons deal an additional D4, your size increases, you have advantage on strength checks and saving throws.
That definitely sounds like a Karlak thing.
That does sound.
Just making Karlak an even more hulking wall of murder death.
Yeah.
Um, Ones the three of you might be interested in as well, Elixir of Guileful Movement. Another one, because it's an elixir, lasts until long rest. Your movement speed can't be reduced by difficult terrain or spells. You can't be paralyzed or restrained.
Need to check what counts as restrained in BG3. Give me a sec. Restrained condition.
Also, I'm going to give this arsonist oil to Karlak because I think that'll be funny. Same with this oil of accuracy.
Oh, restrained just stops me being able to move and gives attack rolls against me advantage. That doesn't really impact me that much if I'm on healbot mode. Like, yeah, I can't move, but it's not like the advantage matters when nothing can attack me anyway.
Okay,
So
I'll
I would
split
think
those up.
that, yeah, I think that's better split among people that actually do need to, like, move for their shit.
Yeah. Okay, I'll split those up between me, Karlak, and Sarge, just so we all have two. 2 to Faith, 2 to Karlak, 2 I keep. Okay, cool. I also have an absurd amount of potions of invisibility. 33 of these stupid things.
Well, at least we can always be invisible if we need to, then.
Yeah. Especially if I throw them. If I can splash multiple people with it, then that's one potion for 2 to 3 people going invisible for 10 turns. Same with how I use the potions of speed. Yeah, in case you want these for Karlak as well, I have Wizard's Bane oil, which is something you apply to your weapon. It lasts for 10 turns. It makes it when you hit an enemy with your weapon, the enemy gets a -3 penalty to spell attack rolls and spell save DC, and disadvantage on saving throws for maintaining concentration for 2 turns. You want half the stack that I got, since you and I are both melee damage dealers right now?
Oh, sure, whatever.
Wait, what? Oh. I've just realized that in my inventory, I have a backpack. And inside the backpack is an alchemy pouch, a camp supply sack, a keychain, and an idol of Shar.
Huh.
I think I just have
Oh, Shard's
Shadowheart's backpack in my inventory for some reason.
Because she left the party. And Shirt said, I don't need this shit.
Yeah, I've evidently.
Okay. I'm currently spinning everything back up.
I currently spinning everything back up. I'm,
That looks fancy as fuck. Keeping those. You will find that you have
Also, why am I holding-
potions and elixirs in your inventory.
Also, I just realized I was holding on to some poisons. I don't know why I have those. Those are Sarge's thing.
Sarge uses poison.
Well, Sarge gets all like the grenade-y type stuff.
Okay.
sure I don't need to be carrying around those broken moon lanterns anymore. Not sure I needed to carry them around ever, to be fair, but...
Sarge, are you still using Blood of Lathander? Because it looks like it's still your packed weapon.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah, because I see packed weapon listed on Blood of Lathander, but I don't see it on your equipped weapon, the Spell Sparkler.
Yeah, it was a really bad time to join, Sarge. I was on your character, so I'm gonna have to swap shit.
Nope.
Ah.
It was very unfortunate timing. I was trying to
Yeah,
investigate that thing Natsu said.
He couldn't have known.
Nope. Well, I mean, it was on stream, but to be fair, yeah. Anyway, oh yeah, it does say that the Blood of Lathander is your packed weapon. And Spell Sparkler is still your best option until we get the second knife here in Act 3 to go alongside your Knife of the Undermountain King.
Hell yeah.
Because at that point, your crits go fucking crazy. You fucking what, mate?
You fucking what, mate?
Alright, I appear to be in, and there's no weird musical cuts now. And now things are at least responding to me. Okay. I forgot, were packed weapons at level 3 for Warlock?
I think so.
I mean, I don't have the ability to make one, so I'm gonna guess probably yes.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, can Sarge even, like, do anything with packed weapons at this point? No.
No.
I don't think you... I don't remember if you ever do. Let me check the...
Oh, you're only level 2 Warlock.
Yeah,
Right.
somehow he's still got a packed weapon, which is hilarious.
That's funny as hell.
I don't recall why I have Knife of the Undermountain.
Because
It's for
that's
your
going to be
future
your end game. Like, that's going to be one of your 2 end game weapons. That's why.
Yeah.
It's going to be...
It's all about reducing your number you need to hit to land a crit.
yeah, it's going to be
maniacally.
that and Rhapsody once we find Rhapsody. But also you're just in fighter for the rest of your levels. Like, you're never getting level 3 Warlock.
Wait.
Packed weapon, let's go.
But apparently somehow you still have a packed weapon that you're not proficient
So-
with, which is hilarious.
Are we going to the lower city then?
Yeah, now that everybody's here. I'm gonna keep that, like, information on levels and such tabbed, because there's a good chance we level this session, possibly, depending on what we end up doing.
Yeah, I'm less than 2,300 experience away.
Venture forth, waiting for other players.
You'll get 2,201 experience.
Curses.
I mean, if the game's going to piss on you.
Yeah. And we know it shall. Next level, I'll finally hit level 6 Paladin, and I'll have Aura Protection up. Yay.
Next level, I take another class again,
Woo.
because I don't have enough of those yet. See, the thing about being the best bard in the world is that you have to study basically everything because you are a master, you are a jack of all trades.
Only being best bard in the world meant that you were also the lock picker for the group. So I could go back into putting points into charisma instead of wasting points on getting skill proficiency for sleight of hand.
I mean, we could just Eldritch Blast open every door.
Potentially.
Okay, found the waypoint. Did we did we want to go see what was going on at camp?
We could.
Because like
Can't hurt to
if
check.
so, now's like a good time to do it.
Yeah.
Also, like, how are people doing on resources? Because I'm
I'm good. I'm
Oh.
only down
I'm
to
out
level
of
2 spell slot.
rage.
I'm out of
Wait,
2, 3.
How are you out of? I thought you got your rage back on short rest. Didn't we just
Nope.
use one? Oh.
Long rest.
I'm out of 2s, 3s, halfway done on 1s. Like, literally, I'm down to like 3 spell slots total right now.
whoops, didn't mean to go into turn-based mode. My bad. I was trying to click on the thing next to it and forgot how to go to camp. Alright. Where the hell are... Oh,
Look, your statue.
I saw a ping, but I didn't see where it actually...
Wait, what?
went.
Oh, your statue is over here.
Yes, the true hero of Baldur's Gate.
I want to see you go get blessed by it. I don't know how that works.
Me neither. Let's go examine my
Oh.
cheekbones.
Interesting camp.
Um,
The statue.
You might actually have to use the examine function by right-clicking on it.
gazing upon this will bless the owner of the statue. It does not appear to have happened.
Boo. I was hoping it was actually going to do something.
Maybe it's because it was just
Or maybe-
created this long rest, and therefore it's
Yeah,
not like
maybe we have to take a long rest, yeah.
active yet or whatever. Hey, Will, how you doing, buddy?
Your tadpole quivers, revealing your discussion with Mazora to Will.
Shit. Father's been taken, and Mazora started to scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning?
Probably nothing good.
Certainly not. But she's as inevitable as Toril's path around the sun. We'll have answers soon enough. Let's talk to Mazora. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to. I met her twice.
So
The
Stelmane's
first
dead,
time,
apparently.
I was a boy of 7 or 8 at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds as she floated from one room to the next as if carried by clouds. The second time, Stelmane was different. Even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. Every word she spoke took great physical effort. A stroke victim? I asked father later. No, he said. A stroke survivor.
You sense uncertainty in Will's voice. He questions his father's explanation.
Persuasion check, huh? Good thing we're such good friends! Tell me your secrets. Never didn't have that.
Something's always gnawed at me. At the banquet, Stelmane didn't seem to look at us, but through us. But that second time, her gaze never left me. It was steel, sharp and unyielding. It could just be my imagination, but I always felt that it was more than a stroke that had changed her. What, though? I couldn't say. Not a tragedy, a calculated cruelty. Think about it. My father was tadpoled. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control, you must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it.
Okay, well, good chat.
So I was looking into the statue thing.
Uh-huh.
From like a year ago, there was a Reddit post about how it had been working and then it stopped. And some people said unequipping your armor and then re-equipping it seems to fix it, and you can get the buff from the statue again.
Okie dokie. Seems like a weird fix, but it is Larian.
I didn't see you get a buff. Maybe it is just because it's the first. We haven't long rested since we got it. It could just be that. I don't know.
Certainly didn't give me a buff.
You tried to re-examine it again.
Yeah. Will
Okay.
disapproves of something. I don't know what. You know, the statue's very interesting because when I examine it, it fucking moves.
Yeah.
And also, it's got like it's got the red hair poking through the stone, like when it rotates. I think they have just in
Actually, not
case a
even.
clone of me in stone.
If you actually look closely on the statue zoomed in and pan around to the ponytail, you can actually see it slightly.
The hair. Yeah.
Oh, not even in the
Glowing.
examine. Like literally
Yep.
actually pan the camera in on the statue.
Yep. Yeah, I can see the hair. It doesn't actually look like stone when you're looking at it from parts of back side camera angle.
So that's why it's so lifelike. There's a clone trapped in there.
That's what it appear. Alright, well, Mizora's not here.
Okay.
And Will just had like a quick chat to have. They're like,
And be angry at you.
You know, as much as I don't want to have to waste another elixir for strength increasing stuff, Mizora might not show up until we do long rest stuff. And it sounds like Sarge is almost out of spell slots, and Elle doesn't have any rage anyway.
Uh-huh.
So we might be able to trigger it by doing a long rest.
Now that we're here.
Alright. I'm down. Oh,
Yep.
Speaking of,
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me.
Huh?
Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in beator.
Notum sit in beator.
Holy hells.
Save failed Arcana.
please introduce me to your friends.
Fina, Cirrus, arbiters for the hells, exemplars of justice.
I don't like that smirk she's got.
With wills.
and your memories flow into him. He sees his father's flight from Worm's Rock and hears Mizora's words to you.
Shit. Where did Gortash send my father? How do I save him?
Sisters. Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos.
I only hear the one.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable.
Let her
Yet
talk.
no contract is ended without sacrifice, Will. The cost must be paid.
What cost?
Will Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel. I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlak.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose.
What happened? Okay, what happens to Will's powers?
Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
Basically keeps powers until Brain is gone. And yeah, I agree with Bio. The dude's already a brainless husk
He
being
is.
chopped
He's
down by
he's
a wolf.
absolutely a brainless husk.
Yep.
You damned wretch!
Gale disapproves.
Father. Do it. Break the pact.
I'm actually surprised he went along with it. I thought he was
Fiat
gonna for sure say,
ita.
I see your point, but
Fiat
no.
ita. Anima ad beator.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up.
Oh, fuck off,
And don't go
Mizora.
fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Alrighty then.
You know, I heard an achievement pop, but I didn't
Yep.
see
Loophole.
I didn't see
Break
the
Will's
achievement pop.
pact with Mizora.
Yeah. We got the achievement loophole for breaking Will's pact.
Yay.
Oh, Gale has an exclamation point above his head. And Asterion is... Has he just been in his underwear this whole time? Or did
Yes.
we put him back in clothes and he went back to underwear?
No, he's just been in his
No,
underwear this whole
he's just
time.
been in underwear.
Okay.
Courtesy of moi.
Hey, Gale, you want to talk about
wearing
that
his
thing that
clothes.
just happened?
We must claim the crown of Carsus for ourselves.
No, you don't. You want to
before
talk
anyone
about
else
the
does.
brain crap. Good.
Little Will's all grown up.
Oh no.
I can't wait to see what trouble he gets
Well,
into.
my last romance,
Oh,
possibility
oh, that
left
was.
the
I thought
party,
that. I thought that
so-
was Karlak for a second.
No. Hmm.
I beg your forgiveness for such undue impertinence. From now on, I promise him the same measure of respect he's shown his father.
Jesus!
I almost forgot. Will sold his father's life for his freedom. My mistake.
Maybe he learned his lesson after he spent the entire game clowning on his dumbass for getting into a devil pact in the first place.
The absolutists worked a number on me at Moonrise. And you're the best hope I've got at payback.
Fair
No
enough.
one crosses the Hell's Children without getting scorched.
By the way, I look fucking fly in my new camp clothes.
Ugh, you are an inquisitive one. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found a new use for an old battle axe. The dead three and that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious. The 9 hells of Beator. Each its own domain, each with its own archdevil to rule it. I call the first hell my home, Avernus. My mistress Zariel's realm, a torrid battleground split by the bloody waters of the Styx. How I adore it, the delicious agony of it all. The other 8, well, they are pleasures unto themselves. Perhaps I'll show you myself, if I deem you worthy. Correct. I didn't. If you must know, I was scouting the cultists on behalf of Zariel, but those cursed shadows were thick enough to fell even a half-fiend. I woke in that damned pod. It kept my body sealed and my most powerful magic silenced. But a brave, kind, benevolent soul set me free. Gallantry isn't dead after all. Why? I'm supplying Will with every scrap of his infernal power. I've paid my dues many times over. I tell you what, when the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain, I'll lend you a hand.
Hell yeah. I was hoping there's going to be more to talking to her, because I'm fairly certain you can engage in acts with her, much to Will's dismay.
Maybe you have to be like, well, I guess you are. Never mind. I was gonna say maybe you have to be a warlock, but
I'll try one more time, just in case.
Come
there's
for a
any extra.
chat.
Nope, just the same. Okay, cool. Just making sure.
oh, hey, Will has more shit to talk about.
Gods, I spent 7 years choked by Mazura's leash. And I spent 7 years hoping to break free. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet.
Fucking number 3.
Number 3 so
Christ.
goddamn cold.
I have to believe that. I'm not the Hell's puppet in life, nor its warrior in death. The blade will be guiding his own hand. But freedom will be paid in my father's blood. Tomorrow, I celebrate my gain. Today, I mourn my loss.
A moment passes. In the stillness, you find a mote of tranquility.
The Raven Guard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something.
Yeah, number 1.
I signed his life away before the Hell's witnesses.
Oh.
It would be
So it's actually
easier
gonna
to
prevent
drink
us
the
from saving
sticks
him.
down to the last drop than to alter his fate.
Easier, but not impossible.
I'd be a fool to wish otherwise.
All right, what's the next
We
step?
obtain the final 2 nether stones and take back our minds and the city from the brain.
And then we take control of the brain and take over everything.
Sounds like a plan.
Wait, when did we start an evil campaign?
Look, I'm just saying, if the option to be the Bard King of everything is on the table, you know.
Who's that?
I received a dispatch from the Grove. Life carries on there in our absence, just as nature intended. My chosen successor, Francesca,
Yay!
has proven to be a wise choice.
Wait, who was
Perhaps
that?
the wisest I ever made.
I don't remember.
Your dad's already a vegetable, Will. Even the brain slugs couldn't link up with him like they have everyone else because there's nothing in there anymore.
Victory may not be enough to absolve a host of small failures. That is where true leadership lies. Not in winning a single vast battle, but in fighting 1,000 smaller ones. Making 10,000 difficult decisions.
Yeah, we just made
finding
one.
balance where none seems possible. Day after
Did we? That was a really easy decision, though.
all too eager
Not for
to
Will.
surrender my
He's
responsibilities
torn by it.
towards the
I don't know,
Grove.
it seemed pretty easy. I was like, Will, kill your dad. And he went, okay.
I was never meant to be
Like I said, I am surprised that he didn't put more of a fight on that.
Yeah, no, I kind of expected him to put some resistance on for be to like, I don't know, a persuade check or something. He's just like, nah, man, all right, sure, if you say so.
Oh, if you want romance, I'm pretty sure you want number 2.
I think it's number 2, yeah.
Seems
I
like
had a
number
guide
2.
At one point. What act are we in?
3.
Yeah, we should be in Act 3. Unless that doesn't officially start until we get to Baldur's Gate.
We are at Baldur's Gate,
Proper.
though.
Is Lower City part of Baldur's Gate, or is that like an extension outside of it?
I think it's part of Baldur's Gate.
Okay. But yeah, I was telling, like months ago at this point, I was telling partner about how you failed with Astarion and how he was super rude to you. And she was saying that you actually have to play hard to get with him at first. Essentially, like, act like you're not interested to get him interested in you.
Forgive me. The shadow curse occupied
It's
me
not
so
him.
entirely,
It's
and for
it's not
so
you. It's
long,
him. He has standards.
I almost missed
Yeah,
the purpose it
Jesus.
gave me. Now I must find a new one. I have. He speaks to me during my nightly meditations. He is well. And Oliver also. At times they are one, and at others they divide. Easier for playing, perhaps. And the land thrives also. I doubt you would recognize it. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves. Given the circumstances, you're faring as well as can be expected, I suppose.
I feel like it's gonna be so hard to do any of the romance options when we can't actually have them in the party with us to build reputation with them.
Perhaps
I don't know, Gale
dismiss
worked
one
pretty well.
if you require me.
Gale's easy.
I don't know, man. I didn't even feed him a bunch of boots.
Okay, that's it.
I'm pretty sure that's the thing where you're supposed to like feed Gale a bunch of boots or something, right?
You have to give him magic items 3 times so he doesn't explode, or... Well, he wouldn't actually explode. He would leave the party if it got to that point, but... We had to feed him 3 items, and then he stopped asking for more.
Bunch of magic boots, but yes.
Well, that appears to be nighttime stuff.
We out of people to talk to. We all good?
Yeah. I don't get Shart here anymore, so... Mizora it is.
I could provide some shart if you'd like.
Nah, I'm good. I don't need the reminder.
Alright, what do we got in the pockets for today?
Sunshine.
You know what? Full meal of nothing but poutine. Let's go.
Hell yeah!
Being full-on Canadians up in this bitch tonight, eh?
Well, that sure was a productive night. Good to see we finally got Will to stop being an idiot.
All you do is... Why are you here? Go away.
How did you?
Oh no.
It's you. I must have let my mind wander. Enough for you to wander in. Forgive me. I am drained. Ever since you killed Ketherick and took his netherstone, the Chosen's control of the brain has been brittle. It's rebelling against Orin and Gortash fiercely. I suspected that when we took Ketherick's stone, the brain would begin to break free. Those brain quakes confirm that my suspicion was correct. I do not know what happens now when it receives their orders, and I do not dare guess.
You feel the Emperor's fear as if it were your own. An elder brain enslaved is one thing. An elder brain unleashed will be the end of everything.
Beautiful, isn't it? The mighty Prince Orpheus, contained in submissive slumber. Come. You may as well sit a while, now that you are here. Your company isn't unwelcome.
X.
Why am I talking to this guy?
I apologize. I didn't mean to burden you with my woes. You have enough to worry about.
As your eyes blink shut, you fall into the deepest slumber of your life. A quietness so vast it feels almost like death.
Well, I had a super good talk. They did have a nice little lounge room to observe Orpheus. That's true.
In life, she was my business partner. Back when we ran the Knights of the Shield.
Yes, come listen, Inu.
A difficult task for a mind flayer.
Yeah, I was
trusted me.
I was truthful and like, man, I'd love to just have a night where I just get to sleep. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. See ya.
It was she who met with the merchants.
He's talking about Duke Stelmane and how they were partners.
It was she who negotiated deals and signed off on agreements. Her rooms played host to the most important conversations in the city. Together, we brought order to chaos. At its height, everything that happened in that city went through the shield. Through us. I appreciate the offer, but I don't think it will help. What I feel is deeper than superficial cures can reach. And not entirely unwelcome. Most people think that mind flayers are soulless husks who feel nothing. I am glad.
Do you need another one?
Another quake. The brain is rebelling again. I need to focus. And so do you.
I'm gonna get that achievement this run, goddammit. I'm gonna fuck the squid.
Private moment,
You goddamn
so-
right, Bio. I'm getting all the achievements. I don't care.
Nope, my conversation is private.
She's fucking the squid.
No, I'm not. I did hold his hand though.
So did Natsu.
Twinsies. Look at that. We both got more tadpoles in our brain, and we both held hands with them. Oh, Gale has another exclamation point.
Gale does have another exclamation point.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna go tut tut for cutting magical powers.
Did you get blessed this time? Hey, you did! Sweet stone features.
Hey!
Now you're blessed until we do another long rest. Yay!
Alright, now I just gotta remember to turn on all my other, like, buffs. Such as my ability to talk to animals. And my ability to make fire.
Yeah.
And my ability to be bright. And my ability to read thoughts. And my betterness at wisdom stuff. I think that's everything. I mean, not speak with dead, but I don't have a dead to try to speak with to turn that on. Scale the...
Only accounted for withers.
Gale is the only. What's up, Gale?
We must claim the crown of Carsus for
Bitch, you already
ourselves
said this.
before anyone else does.
Yes, we... Okay, good chat. Again.
I already checked on Zora while you were in that chat, just so I didn't take up screen time with it. She didn't have anything new.
Any complaints will be handled after you turn your animals over to the care of the Ducal Council.
What is that gonna do us?
Alright, new area means new vendors. Let's fucking go. Let's gotta figure out where they're at.
Oh, I found one.
Found it?
There's a vendor just to the south of where we came in.
South.
Yeah, I'm like standing over near them somewhere.
Wait, there's a vendor that
Oh,
way?
it says there's a
Person
vendor.
on the
Yeah.
ground.
now that I've gotten
Newshawker.
close.
Newshawker Lewin. It's apparently a
Yeah,
vendor.
weird. I had to get a lot closer for them to show up as a vendor.
Lewin.
Lewin.
Lewin's here.
Not that. It's an A,
I know.
not an E though. Unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
I bought a Gazette for 2 gold.
Oh, cool.
Here you go, Shelly. You have anything else?
Oh God, this is actually unreadable.
Huh.
Gortash's coronation imminent. You're a bit behind. Coronation already happened,
Stormshore
jackass.
Tabernacle.
Stormshore Tabernacle.
Stormshore Tabernacle.
I didn't see her make no trouble.
Oh, there's an undead just wandering around.
Vicar Humbletoes is in here.
I mean, there's the lady on the ground or guy on the ground. I don't know.
How humble are your toes, Vicar?
Shield our people.
As humble as Ishtar's feet.
One of the smiling lady's faithful graces our doorstep. We are lucky indeed. Be welcome, cleric. You have come far, I perceive. How may I serve you this day? Ha! That is no surprise, Holy One.
Speaking of, did you guys see there's another Dokapon coming to Steam?
Another one?
Yeah.
What?
It's a
Like brand new?
no, it's a remaster of Dokapon 3.
I am also granted the power to provide
Is that
holy resurrection
better or worse
through
than
sales of
Dokapon Kingdom?
revivification
Well,
scrolls.
Dokapon Kingdom is a remake of Dokapon 2.
Uh-huh.
And then obviously Dokapon Kingdom Connect is a remaster of Dokapon Kingdom. So this
Yes.
is technically a remaster of a newer Dokapon than the Dokapon Kingdom is based off of, but Dokapon Kingdom itself is, I think, is decidedly newer than Dokapon 3. And
Okay, which one's better though?
as far as I'm concerned, Kingdom 3 kind of
Okay.
looks like 3 very much looks like a SNES game.
Okay.
I think it was. So was Dokapon 2, but you know.
Of course, my child. Within limits.
Oh, a vendor.
Behold my wares.
I will behold your wares. Mantle of the Holy Warrior gives Crusader's mantle.
Hmm?
The Reviving Hands. When you heal a creature, it gains the effect of Blade Ward. When you revive a creature, it gains the effect of Death Ward. Also gives a cast of Revivify. Eh.
Okay. I'll buy some items off the dude. And by buy, I mean I will trick
Appropriate.
into taking it.
Legally
You have come
appropriate.
far, I perceive.
It's okay. We're just in charge of the lost and found. We're just legally appropriating items. Hey, there's just a random dead wandering around. I can't target it with Speak with Dead.
Come to have a go. Give it your best shot.
An air of decay hangs over the stooped beggar's form. The smell of rot, the smell of death.
Gold first. Then you can hit me.
Thanks for the stuff, dude.
This guy wants me to pay him and then punch him in the face.
Interesting that cleric says divine tugs at you.
Huh. One of the elixirs this dude sold isn't all-day elixir like the other ones are, but it gives resistance to all damage for 10 turns.
I don't know what Face McShooty is doing here. Hey, heads up not to. I'm going to make a quick save because I do have disadvantage on this perception check.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Twice, in
I'm
fact.
already-
Once for wearing an eye patch and once for being a cleric.
Yeah, I'm already out of the
Oh.
vendor, so we're all good.
Well, got it. Never didn't have that. One of them was a nat 20 and the other was a 9. So
Your divine power focuses on the beggar, revealing the magic that sustains him. This man is a corpse, a zombie.
Oh.
What?
That requires concentration, though.
What? I don't get to just like tell him to accept Jesus and go to heaven or something?
Plenty.
Damn, and my smites require
Lots of
concentration
angry
as well,
people
so I
in
can't
this
do
city.
both.
No one else to take it out on. Go on. You seem like you've something pent up.
Wait, is it?
So, you haven't.
Is that a Wan T?
Beyonti?
Yeah.
Move. Let someone else have a go.
It says zombie here, so
Oh, it is a zombie? Okay. I wasn't hearing the dialogue because I hadn't come into it yet, but okay, yeah, it says zombie there.
ooh, locked door.
Damn. What does Carla currently have for a cloak? Ooh. Elle, do you want this new cloak for Karlak?
What is this new cloak?
Mantle of the Holy Warrior. It gives you a concentration spell that lasts for 10 turns, but it makes your and your allies, nearby allies, weapon attacks deal an extra 1 to 4 radiant damage.
Do you want to be a holy warrior?
Sure.
You don't have to be a holy warrior.
And when you do use it, and the spell's not up anymore. You can always swap back to your current one, but
I will return.
You know, it's really unfortunate that knock isn't a ritual spell.
yeah. When you heal a creature, it gains the effective blade ward when you revive. Yeah. I don't have a use for this currently because I need my gloves to set my deck, so they're not. It's not absolute shit. Anybody want the reviving hands before I put them away into camp?
No, I'm good, thanks.
No, I'm good.
And I think it's not going to work into Sarge's build, so send to camp. This is a one-handed weapon, so I don't think Karlach's going to want it. Yeah, so we're going to send that one to camp as well.
I received 2 more prisoners condemned to execution. Vince Terrell, absolute spy, convicted of treason, and Derm Gorery, convicted of attempted assassination of Gortash. Both are currently being held in the Stoneyes prison precept lockup, but will be transferred to Basilisk Gate prison. Interesting. Dear sir or madam, I am once again writing to inform you that one of your pigeons that was destined for the barracks has instead arrived at Basilisk Gate. We're not a postal service, even less of a birdhouse, so please could you kindly come and collect the creature as a matter of urgency, or send one of your fists to do so. Thank you. Just to reiterate, eventually, when other things are going on, there is a set of locked doors over there.
Hold on. I will head right over there. I just have. Is it nearby you? I didn't see where the thing was.
Yeah, it's on the lower. Like I'm on a raised staircase, but it's on a lower level, around the back of the tabernacle.
Okay. So it's in front of where Sarge is at.
Sarge is standing like right in front of the door.
Bag of swag, put this back on, put this back on, put this back on. Lockpick.
Better not be cursed.
Ooh. Alright, it's unlocked.
Cool.
I mean, are you drunk? Is that what this is? Of course not. Simply tell me what.
Ooh. Experience for going into the prison. That door is marked in red, but nobody can see me.
Stop. You have violated the law.
Stop right there, criminal scum. Oh, there's a locked chest in that that closed room as well. By the way, was there anything cool in the building?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't open it.
Oh, neat. Okay.
I was gonna follow you, but I don't know where you went, except for up those stairs.
I went up the stairs and then into the building, and then there was a thing to go to the prison, so I went to the prison.
Oh, there's a mutilated body in here.
In where? Oh, in the house?
Yeah.
Probably more than one, considering that there's a severed head on the floor that may or may not be the bodies, and a bunch of intestines.
There's no head on the body.
Hold on.
Well, there's some soap bars up top. You could probably clean this up.
Hold on, I'm coming.
There's also 4 letters in the mailbox. Let's meet, bloodstained note, one last chance, and municipal sanitation notice. Just gonna yoink those real quick and send them to Inu.
This corpse has been desecrated.
Send to Shelley.
Displayed. And there's nothing random about it.
Gohamberry Tresp.
Is that one of the people on the list?
I don't remember the name, but that doesn't mean no. They're not glowing, so I don't think this is gonna work, but...
Well, at the very least it activates it for the day.
Also, on a quick side note, I didn't notice when we were looking at the map earlier a quest marker, because every single one of the other murder targets so far appears to be listed on the map.
Okay.
Huh.
I know I sent the list to you at some point. You might have stuffed it in camp because I don't think it came back to me.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, I didn't see anything indicating there was a marker here.
Let's meet. Hastily scrawled note. I have the information you wanted. You were right. The temple membership is growing. I'll tell you all about their so-called tribunal. Meet me tomorrow. You know where. Bloodstained note. A strip of paper with the following words written in blood. I found you. One last chance. You didn't come. Don't you realize I'm risking my neck for you? I can't have this information sitting on me. They'll find me. I'll give you one last chance. Meet me tonight or never contact me again. And municipal sanitation notice. The Department of Drains and Underways is aware of the issue of the penetrating stench emanating from the round street hatches that provide access to the city sewers. The tribe of gutter kobolds contracted to maintain free flow in the sanitation tunnels appears to have been slain or driven away by forces or circumstances unknown, and the resulting backup is responsible for the unpleasant odor. The department is taking appropriate measures to remedy this situation, but in the meantime, do not attempt to address the situation yourselves. Citizens are prohibited from using the round street sewer across access hatches. Leave sanitation to the professionals.
Interesting.
Okay, take me to this locked chest.
Ah, yes. So it's through here. And then in this building. And then make a left when you come in the building. And we go into the prison. And then through that door that's open right ahead of you, there are, I think, 2 chests in there that are locked.
Ah, yes. Oh, DC 20. Got it.
Never didn't have it.
What's in here? Crumbling file and 3 spell scrolls. Send the crumbling file to Inu again. DC 18 on this one. Got it. Arrow of lightning and arrow of ice. Woo.
That might be worth a look. I'm way too big. I'm way too big.
Oh, even as a gnome, I can't fit through there.
That means you need to be a small polymorphed animal.
Or a cloud of gas.
Also, yes.
Hey, Jellybean.
Were they fine with you walking by them, or did you have to sneak by them?
No, you could just walk right past them.
Oh, party gained 500 experience.
I went into the sewers. You know those round manholes that they said don't go through those? I went through those.
Interesting.
Just check and make sure there's a way back up. There is, in fact, a way back up. I just came out of the... Oh, I went in through the manhole. I came out through the latrine. Good to know.
Gross.
That explains a lot.
I'm curious to where this hole leads, though.
Yeah, I was too.
Gaseous form. Gaseous form is somewhere. There it is. I have 4 of these.
On a side note, the pit latrine there looks terrifying.
What the hell? Why did I come? Why did it take me over here?
Where did?
That's so stupid.
Where? Visit Emperor's old hideout.
I have no idea where you guys are.
Where the hell did it take you?
Only over here.
And
It's
that-
like just on the other side of the wall, where there's a breakable wall here anyway.
Okay, there is also out of that cell.
I'll see also, by the way, dear, if I can come out and get you. Just bear with me.
Oh, there's a mouse in there.
I don't think I can talk to it while I'm in a gaseous form. Because it's not giving me any options for it.
Okay.
Can I loot the crate?
Not for communal use,
What?
it seems.
Oh. Okay. Apparently you're paying attention to a random cloud that was behind your back.
No,
Sure.
I think it didn't like the fact that I tried to close the door to this room that I'm standing in.
No, attitude was lost with me for trying to open a wooden crate that has a red mark on it.
Oh.
But I thought since I was a gaseous cloud and, behind its field of view, it would be fine, but apparently not.
Okay. I'm going to try to close that door again then. Okay.
So,
Was able to do that.
dear, you should be able to see me on the map.
Not
I
to,
believe
please
east of
keep
you.
away from that breakable wall, and that mouse is also away from it, yeah?
Oh, I'll stay in there so you can see the mouse. Sorry. I was just trying to get out of the way. Go back in. The mouse is currently oh, now it's moving over here. It is over here. Oh, hold on. Okay, you're good. It is still in this corner.
That did not touch the wall at all.
I
I kind of thought blowing up the smoke powder barrel next to it would injure the wall, but
there you go.
I'll just do it that way.
Alright, the rat is over here.
I'm way too big.
A new client? What a thrill. For you, Ratterly. Some call me
Ratterly.
the Great Collector. Others, the Merchant of Mysteries. But you, my friend, you can call me Skittle. Step up
Hi, Skittle.
and marvel at the spectacular wonders on offer.
Wait, are you a
Spectacular.
vendor? Wait, that's a vendor? Oh, absolutely.
Time to do dealings
He
with the rat
sells
in the sewer.
elixir of universal resistance, which is resistance to
Unformed,
all
unformed.
damage,
Yep.
and some spell scrolls, and a counting house safe number 2 key.
Cool. I'll buy it all, don't worry.
Brilliant. Anything more?
Are you capable
a
of?
new client? What a thrill.
Evidently, yes. Okay. Just gonna ask
You think I don't have potions to speak animal on me at all times?
There is a guard standing behind us in this room now.
Interesting.
I don't know why, but there is a guard here.
I'm afraid to touch the door because the steel watcher was just literally staring.
Where did this guard even come from?
My ass.
Oh, he just came in through the locked door for some reason, and then left and unlocked the door, and then
Tempers are rising.
What cheeky
It's
get?
clear not everything you find is at your disposal.
Nani the fuck?
who did he just get mad at?
I don't know. I just tried to walk toward you guys, and I don't know if he was yelling at me.
Oh, he was upset about somebody.
Well, I'm just gonna sit in this chair. That way I can't really touch anything.
Yeah, now I have 2 elixir of universal resistance. And an oil flask. It says it creates a permanent oil slick?
Permanent.
Yeah. Create a flammable oil surface, hurl an acid vial that explodes on impact. But then the oil surface, like the oil that's listed in its effect, says surface flammable, but next to the icon for it, it says permanent.
Huh. Weird. Alright, well. Time to head back down into the latrine.
Could be worse. Used to be called shithouse.
How much oil is in that damn flask? All of it,
Yeah.
apparently?
all of the oil.
Oh.
Every last drop.
Oh.
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 There's
Lots of things it looks like.
there's a lot
from
of
watching
there's a
the
lot of noxious fume vents in here.
Yay.
I don't dare touch any of the doors without guards potentially wanting to stab us, and I am not charismatic.
Well, the good news is minor illusions are immune to poison damage.
That explains the whole. The cat was hit for 0 poison damage. Come here, find yourself a seat. Sit down with me. We're gonna be waiting a while.
Oh, Lae'zel.
It's not safe here.
What the hell?
It's too late for me, but not for you.
How the hell?
As fast
Wait
as your
a
legs
minute.
can carry.
Wait,
This doesn't seem right.
either that or I was right and Lae'zel was the one in the camp who was the like bad one, the faceless or whatever.
Number
Yeah.
3?
Yeah, so this doesn't, like, there's no reason that she should be here.
Shapeshifter, or in the red.
Aha!
She seized me from our camp, bore me here to Baal's enclave.
Oh.
She slit my belly and filled her cup with my blood. A toast, she said, to her false god. She told me when her cup ran dry, she'd come for the rest of me. I'm done for. I will hold her off as long as I'm able. Run while you still can. Don't even
That's
think
not
about
Lae'zel.
fighting her. This foe is too powerful.
I'm thinking 2 or 4? Probably 4?
4 seems good.
You'd underestimate Orin the Red.
There it is.
And it's gonna be Orin. Yes, I know. Yes, this was quite obvious.
Oh.
Look at it, crawling and sniffing and rooting around in the filth. Is it my netherstone you seek, little piggy?
Yes, Lady Dimitrescu.
Hush, hush. Orin will take care
What,
of
same
you.
voice actress? Or?
And your
Yes.
little
Yes.
Yeah, but she's not like 11 feet tall.
She is rather tall, though. Just not 11 feet tall.
Somebody's angry in the background.
What is it, buddy boy? What is it? What? Okay. He was like, "Oh, you're paying attention to me." I run.
Sounds about right.
Gortash warned me. Do I want to let her in on Gortash? No, probably not. What have you done with Lae'zel? Yeah, sure.
Nothing. No, not a thing. Still gasping and gagging on the foul airs of Baal's temple.
I love that I got it in one that Lae'zel was the one at camp
I
that
will not slice.
with no reason whatsoever other than her being Lae'zel.
Especially because I think it's a random choice when this happens
murder
for like
lord
what
demands a
companion gets
better
taken.
offering. Something new, sticky, sweet, and delicious. He wants you.
Uh-huh.
Number 4.
Oh, I was laughing at number 2.
Yeah, that one's good too. Only you won't have to wonder where your god is, because he's right here. He's fresh out of mercy.
Fresh out of mercy.
Silly little worm. My God is always
What, buddy
with
boy?
me. He
What?
shudders to see how my blades plunge into soft,
What? Come here.
surrendered flesh. You are dull. A blunt blade unfit to flay. But you could be sharpened, thin and jagged. Yes, I will tell you what to do.
You're a crazy lady.
I don't know.
Explains why Natsu wants to put his dick in it.
No, not this one.
Uh-huh.
You'd
Not this
prefer
one, he
my
says.
whispers and the tyrant's tongue. Hmm?
You've heard Gortash's whispers. I see how your skull swarms with his promises. He whinges and wails over the crown of Karsus, wanting to command it without me. Oh, how I long to slit his poxy smile from ear to ear. But I can't touch him. He bound my blade when we first conspired. Gortash didn't want me at first. Didn't trust me. Got me to wag my tongue, swear an oath never to hang him from the hooks. Drip drain him into father's open jaws. You must kill the tyrant. Take the netherstone from his corpse and bring it to my temple.
No.
There we slice and shred each other. The survivor claims the stones. What's left of the other is bars. Agree, and I will bring my assassins to heal. They watch you always, longing to spray the crimson from your veins. Refuse me, and you'll learn what happens to those who defy Baal's doctrine.
Oh. Will this actually
So
kill
will your friend.
Lysel if we...
Orin demands a fight to the death. The prize for the victor, the Netherstones, and the chance to control the crown alone. Accept, and you must kill Gortash. Refuse, and your companion's life may be forfeit, as might your own. Orin's assassins will hunt you like prey for slaughter.
Will this kill Lysel?
Probably. Narrator certainly indicating so.
Doesn't seem like we... Kill Gortash. Yep. Kidnapping is unavoidable. Oh, so that's how it chooses. Orin prioritizes kidnapping whichever companion has your highest approval rating?
What?
What?
Huh? with exception of romanced characters, which she will not target.
Okay, so
Okay, okay. That I was like, wait a minute. Then Gale should be gone.
We have the highest approval with Lae'zel.
Well, no, probably with Gale, but he was an ineligible target.
That still means that she's the second highest.
He's not wrong. That does mean she is our second highest.
Whatever dialogue option you choose, you'll have to pass a DC 25 dice check. If you fail the check, she'll gruesomely murder your companion and you won't be able to revive. Eh? Is that here or is that later on? Okay. Do you want to hit with a quick save?
The tyrant has you all twisted into knots, tight and tangled. Do you forget? I have your meat strung on my hooks. Your useless promise will drip wet and red from your ruptured jaw before I let you disobey Baal. My assassins will make sure of it. Once you've remembered your place, seek out the Steel Watch's cradle in the lower city. Skewer their skull meat. Make them rust and blood. Then the lordling will be yours to butcher. The Murder Lord will not be denied. Neither will I.
Okay. There's a quest update. Where?
Well, I'm pretty sure I just got Lae'zel's backpack.
Uh-oh. Well, shit. Hold on. Where is the quest that said it completed? Or continued? But possibly completed. Because I'm not seeing it in the active quests. There it is. Rescue Orn's victim. We refused Orn's deal to kill Gortash. There must be another way to save her victim, assuming they're still alive. We should find out where she took them.
Okay, so we're not SOL yet, sounds like.
Yeah, and like Lae'zel's companion quest hasn't moved down into the completed area. It's still an active quest.
You know, I've just seen there's a lever on that wall over there, which it won't let me indicate over there.
Bile also. Worst come to worst, it's just Lae'zel.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Alright, sorry.
Only Lae'zel.
Which wall? Was it behind the door that opened or somewhere else? Over yonder?
Like...
Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that'll shut off the heckin' noxious fumes or not, but...
At the very least, I can try to mage hand it with that ring I stole from the genie. Unless, do I just have mage hand? Is that one of my... It is.
Aha! I did turn off the vents.
Yay, mage hand! Woo!
Yay, I can come down off this ledge now. Woo! At least I can if I can find my featherfall. There it is.
Can't slow down. What's in here?
Oh, I found a ladder hidden behind a breakable wall.
Oh, neat. Where's the ladder go?
Gotta find out.
My old home. We're close by.
Oh, apparently where the Emperor used to have his hideout. Because he just started speaking to me.
My old home. Thank you for bringing me back. Look around.
I think it was actually me.
Some of my things still intact.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's definitely not me, because this just put me back up in the alley that we originally were in.
Yeah, no, I found Emperor's fucking house. Sword of the Emperor.
Swish. Get Yankee, what? Huh? What? By you?
I don't know.
Who found Gith Yankee?
Not me. I don't think.
We're still sitting with the guards on my end.
Yeah.
Well, he's talking about Gith Yankee, but I don't see any Gith Yankee. Apart from me, obviously.
My old wardrobe. The home of all my disguises. We are what we appear to be. And so appearance, a shell. A keepsake from my final voyage. Pinched in a moment of sentimentality.
I picked up an... Oh. I would pick up another music box if it would let me.
That's curious.
Oh, let me pick up the music box.
Who's that bald capybara?
Yeah, I want it. Maybe Mage Hand can... I have to take a short rest for me. Alright, where's that ring? Mage Hand ring. Come here. Mage Hand. Get me that music box. Too high? What do you mean too high? Okay. They taunt me.
Typically, too high means that. What the fuck? Oh my god.
What are you pinging off of?
I'm
too high up.
She's beautiful, isn't she? I always thought Berlin the most regal of all women.
Oh. And he's just got like a picture of Stelmane on his wall. And now I have the picture of Stelmane. And now Natsu has the picture of Stelmane.
I always thought Berlin the most
Recipe for fiddlehead soup. There's also a dog collar. Perception successful. On what?
An old container for brains. Empty.
What did it successfully perceive? Huh?
A recipe for fiddlehead soup. A favorite meal of mine. When I had need of meals like that. Rascal's collar. My poor four-legged friend. Their lives are so brief, so simple, and yet full. An old container for brains. Empty. Shame. It would have been nice to find one to sustain me.
I really want to know what I passed a perception check on.
The chains I use to buy my meals. Villains and lawbreakers. You see, I tried to exercise morality where I could.
Ow, Salem. What the fuck?
Ooh, a button.
Yeah, that shows us the Githyanki.
Oh.
I'm not sure how.
Oh, and a big ass portal.
Without
And a
aggroing
big
the
ass portal.
fuck out of the guards here if we try and open the door.
I don't think the guards were caring about doors we were opening up in the jail, so you should be able to go down into the sewers and follow along where we went.
Yeah, let's find out then.
Or you can just go in one of the manholes up on the city street.
Nope.
Best show some
They
respect.
immediately stopped me.
Or some more cunning.
Okay, well, if you go back to the street, there you can go through one of the sewer grate manholes that are in the alley that we were in before you came up there. Because that's where I came up a ladder from, was that alleyway.
Okay. Okay. So, dear, if you take the Basilisk Gate,
There's portals on both sides, by the way, not to.
Oh, interesting.
I see the manhole now.
You can man my hole. Man my hole. Glad doing the stream is making me feel better because I mentally was just fucking out of it earlier.
The question is, where the hell are you guys down here?
Okay, so you went down the ladder?
Yep, went down the ladder.
Okay, spin around into the other room that's like right next to the ladder and go up the ladder.
I'm looking for a ladder. I see no ladder so far.
I'll give it a shot.
Of course he had a whole ass bat cave. He was basically just being Batman. Where the hell? Okay. That's...
Okay, out to the main part and relatively to the right.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I've lost sight of the wife, and I don't know if that's due to my game.
My game!
Where are you, dear?
I have no fucking clue what the game is doing to me right now.
Gun, Alex, get the camera view. Oh, she's still up on the street somewhere.
She wasn't before.
But I wasn't
she
down
followed me
there.
down.
What? Why am I over here?
I don't know.
Certainly looked like you were downstairs with Sarge when I came up the ladder
Whoa,
to
whoa,
come.
whoa, whoa! What
find-
the fuck? I just started pathing my way back to the ladder, and it put me back down the hatch. The actual fuck?
Interesting.
That's kind of what it was doing to me.
Okay, if I manually control my way all the way over?
So it doesn't look auto pathing through the sewers. Got it.
Apparently not, no.
Hell is approaching the manhole.
Okay, I cannot jump back up.
The manhole is seemingly not being cooperative. Oh, there we go.
Okay, I see her on the map now.
Yes. Yes, and then you hook to the right.
Oh yeah, these are Vlaakith people.
And then up east. Yeah.
Right, now I'm curious what happens if she tries to use the ladder.
Brought her to the right place.
Okay.
What a pleasant surprise. Here you are, as brazen as described.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Traitor who would steal from our queen. Of course
She's a
you
liar.
have, didn't you? From the illithid you carry inside the astral prism. How quaint that we should meet here, in the very place that it once called home. We know all about the Emperor and its dealings with you. Though I must confess, its peculiar relationship with you threw us off course for a while. Most illithids prefer to dominate their thralls through transformation. Yet here you stand, untransformed. Tell me, what did it offer you in exchange for your servitude? You have fallen prey to its manipulation. Your story ends here. We will reclaim the astral prism, purge it of the illithid interloper, and restore it to our queen.
Oh, yes.
Oh
yes,
yeah,
yes.
one. Let's see if this breaks her.
Yep. Let's just have some fun with them.
What are you doing?
My dear child, I already know all there is to know. I will liberate you from your puppet master, Chamazala Blackie!
Stupid zealot.
Dress thy face. The hags are hiring.
Yeah, dress thy face. The hags are hiring.
Okay, I'm already seeing who we might want to target.
I would imagine that the guys that are concentrating on the astral rifts are probably good, good targets to
Yeah.
deal with sooner rather
Just
than
trying
later.
to see if I can sneak through some sight cones. Okay, there's no getting past this one though, so now I just have to. Yoink! Nah, I don't want to use my luck at the far rooms. Didn't need it.
Okay.
What, that loser gave us half as much experience as one of the metal monstrosities and died in one hit?
Oh, I missed.
Yeah, there was no way with those cones that I was gonna get through here.
Sarge, that was not the one concentrating on the portal.
I know, but that was the only one I had in range.
Gotcha.
He was doing
Now I
his
can
bestest.
crunch that.
You ain't summoning shit.
That's why I figured if I can do the surprise and I get in where I think I will, I can then move in turn and crunch the caster. And it worked.
Sure did.
Do I care about an attack of opportunity when I can go? No. Wait, I have my proper armor on, right? No, I don't. I have the fucking lock-picking bullshit on. God damn it.
No, not the lockpicking bullshit, god damn it.
Put these back in my work bag.
This is why I need to just be fucking done with lockpicking so this stops happening to me.
For a moment, I honestly thought.
Well, I mean, we can just start Eldritch blasting every door open at that point.
But what about the chests?
Well, Eldritch blast those open too. Probably don't need to go into...
Hey, you got pushed.
Yeah. Get bushed, idiot. And then we'll just go ahead and play, Sing for me. Sing for me, get Yankees.
Oh, capybara.
For the queen.
It's not worth it.
Sarge is really taking his time to consider his options.
Uh-oh, Sarge.
Because I had stepped away for a moment.
Of course, that's usually when that shit happens. As soon as you walk
Okay,
away.
I get it.
No, I'm just...
No, we're commenting on how, of course, it's the moment you chose to step away. The game's
Yeah.
like, let's force him to
It's
have
like
a reaction.
when you try to do your fucking roulettes in 14. You
Does
sit for
anybody care
5
if
minutes.
Misty Step complete?
No, don't counterspell it. It's
That's
not
why I
what
want to double
this is.
check with regards
Huh.
to that.
You fool! You've brought yourself to me.
It's again, dear.
You shan't be walking away this day, Sarge. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me either, Bio.
Maybe they didn't have line of sight of the place they wanted to Misty Step.
Could be.
That might be it. Hmm.
Nice.
Good crit.
Talk shit, get crit.
Good kill.
Hell yeah.
I discovered just a couple minutes ago that sleeping cats wake up very quickly if you accidentally drop a single piece of popcorn on them.
Ooh, good save.
Did said cat then eat the popcorn or look at it confusedly?
No, she was just surprised.
This is where I wish that I had that fucking... if we only had one more brain worm, I could not use a spell slot for this.
I mean, you could not use a spell slot for it. You'd just be held personed.
No, I don't want to be held person, so I have to use a spell slot. Rude. Okay. Level up! Yeah, you did. Alright, what do you have? Aura of Conquest. Frighten enemies within 3 meters take 5-second damage per turn. Ready to parry to reduce incoming damage by 20. Yeah. Preem Gift Yankee parry.
I mean, you all may have leveled up, but I have not.
Okay, so that got rid of the parry. But because your reaction is gone because you used it to parry, that means I can drag you back towards the rest of my companions if you want to try and do anything.
Excuse me, game? Game?
Game?
Game won't let me shoot the woman?
Path interrupted.
Probably too much of a height difference.
Well, then just move me slightly to where the path is not interrupted. Game is not difficult. You love moving me all the other times. Like, just do it. Oh no, I've been frightened.
Frighten makes it so I can't move, but she's staying directly next to me. I guess I'm going to take 5 psychic damage when starting my turn within 3 meters of her, but the disadvantage I've countered by just having advantage on all of my attacks. So you've just put yourself within striking range.
Wait, what now?
Well, so much for that.
Someone wasn't listening to me in the slightest.
I thought you were...
Hold on.
Didn't want them near you.
No, I can't move while I'm frightened, so they put themselves next to me. It was dumb on their part.
Oh.
I pushed them closer. Quick, throw your trident at them. Well, Vicator, and everybody got a level up.
When in
Sarge.
doubt, Eldritch blasted out.
Sarge, you are taking fighter.
Yeah.
Yay,
And
Paladin
I think
level
that's
6.
fighter 3, right? So you're going champion.
Order of protection.
I just don't remember what the subclass was.
Champion, I just
oh, wait,
said.
you did say champion. I'm
And then you acknowledge it. You're like, yep, gotcha, champion. But I don't know what subclass to take. Have you considered champion? Be a really good one.
Oh, these boots are cool. It's only useful for Githyanki, but that might be useful for Inu depending on what boots he already has.
Okay, what do?
Oh, this only is against melee attacks.
Never mind.
It says when a Githyanki casts fly, their next melee weapon attack deals an extra 1 to 4 psychic damage, but it also gives you Githborn flying boots where you can fly for 10 turns once every long rest.
Yeah.
And it also gives you a +1 to dex saving throws.
Alright, time to take a level up. Game, it's not Bard level 7, I think you'll find.
Nope.
That's not correct. I am in fact adding a new class. I'm now a sorcerer.
Whee.
And we'll take actually having proper mage hand as a cantrip. Sounds like a good idea. Oh wow, I just get a fuck ton of cantrips as a sorcerer. So we'll take mage hand, we'll take dancing lights, we'll take acid spray and acid splash and poison spray, why not? Spells? What do I not have? Oh, I can just take disguise self now, can I?
Yayifications.
Disguise self and shield, sure. Those seem fine. And we are going to go storm sorcery. For tempestuous...
Oh, never mind. That's level 1 choice.
Tempestuous magic. So I can now cast a level 1. Whenever I cast a level 1 or higher spell, I can fly as a bonus action until the end of my turn without receiving attacks of opportunity.
They can fly now?
I can fly now for extremely limited periods of time, but I can fly.
Yay!
I fly now. I fly now. And also, I am now just another class, because I wasn't enough classes already. And unlock that. I don't actually want poison spray on bar. Dancing lights can be on bar, that's fine. Mage hand can be on bar. Don't care about acid splash. Disguise self can stay on bar. That one is totally fine. Did it? It doesn't look like it put shield or...
Oh, no, I wasn't actually trying to attack that. Yeah, whatever.
It doesn't look like it put shield or, Well, it did put a disguise self on bar, that's true. But that's a ritual spell, so yay! And shield... Shield, it did not put on bar? Oh yeah, it's a reaction. Of course. Well, that just means I need to go into my reaction options and turn off it asking to do shield. Okay, great. Having access to disguise self is useful in its way. Especially since it's another ritual. Do love having ritual spells. Wait, even as a proper cantrip, Mage Hand is still only once per short rest?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
What the hell is that bullshit?
Ooh. I just picked up some nice outfits out of this wardrobe if anyone wants one.
Oh, yeah?
A splendid gold outfit, a winter gala doublet, and a splendid purple outfit.
Purple!
They all look like they're in the style of what I'm wearing for my camp stuff. So I've sent the purple one to Karlak. Either of you want the gold outfit or the winter gala?
I'll take the winter, I think. That sounds good.
Sarge, do you want the gold one?
Look at the last one, sure.
We're all gonna look fancy at camp.
It is quite fancy looking. I also have Shadowheart's clothes that were just in my pockets
Wait.
from when she left the party. And also like a green. Oh, that's actually quite nice against the
Oh yeah.
I actually quite like that one. Oh yeah, does it show you guys my toggled stuff, or do you still see my armor when I've got this going? Like
we see your toggled stuff.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I actually quite like this one. With I think the green stands out very nicely.
Yeah.
I mean that's nice too, but I do quite like that. And then there's Shart's appropriated stuff. Alright, send that back to camp. Send that back to camp. Turn my actual armor back on. Story time. I think. On the inevitability of moral decay and its benefits. A lengthy essay on the inevitability of mortal decay and the opportunities it presents and the ways to capitalize on them. Introduction, Chapter 1, Morality is not absolute. Chapter 2, Why moral decay is not immoral. Chapter 3, One man's decline is another man's gain. Chapter 4, Those who play and those who make the rules. And Chapter 5, How to win the game. Also, for the record, I was going to say you all just lost the game.
What game?
The game. You've lost it. Congratulations. The following individuals are a threat to our operations and need to be silenced. Lalartharin of the House Alibakar, Aerith of House Nashivar, Carburant of House Selimchant, Renforth the Putrid of the Cowled Wizards, Lord Heketh, and Harbor Master Peterson, possibly, but spelled weird. Nine Fingers. Here follows a report on the inroads upstart smuggler Enver Gortash has been making on the illicit arms trade in the Kyanthar Valley through inroads badly... Though inroads badly understates the case, annexation would be more apt. The former black market leaders, the Knights of the Shield, and outside the city, the Xantharim, have largely been supplanted by Gortash's operation. Illegal arms have never been a major component of the guild's business, but given his apparent ambitions, it would be unwise to assume that Gortash will stop there. He bears watching closely. Signed, Bursar Ukhtar. Location of reserve supplies. For knights use only, do not distribute. Buried behind the counting house, path to Baldur's Gate near Upper City. This document serves as your official order from the Knights of the Shield to undertake a critical mission in Tether. The success of this mission depends on your ability to execute your duties with utmost precision, discretion, and loyalty to the Knights of the Shield. The primary objective is to gather intelligence on rumors of an uprising in the court of Queen Rindon of the Daramar Tethir. The purpose of this intelligence will be to the safeguarding of our trade relationships in the region. Note, meet with members of the Order of the Silver Chalice at your discretion, where the allegiances may not be as they appear. And finally, thanks to Gortash's steel washers, it's becoming more and more difficult to have eyes on what's going on in this city. Hear me out. What if we make a play to reclaim the Shield of Sylvam? If it can keep a beholder at bay, surely it can do something to get around those damn scrying eyes. So that's neat. What's this door up here? Oh, I think that probably just goes back out to the outside. I'm guessing.
Took me to the wine cellar for the Elfsong Tavern, which I just got done rating all of their wine.
Oh, I see. So we're gonna get crunk tonight, is what you're saying?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't you know? Oh no!
That is a basement full of rats.
It's fucking level.
Oh, Okay, that's not that big a deal. I just saw a huge amount of red on the map for a second.
There's a lot of alcohol on the floor.
It's rats in a cellar in a tavern. It's a fucking level 1 quest.
Hey Sarge, do you have any fire spells?
I have Scorching Ray and
Oh
I
my
have
god, there's so
Fireball.
many of them too.
You don't have access to Firebolt?
I feel like this is a callback to
It might not be on bar.
any of the old D&D games.
Like if you hit K to bring up your skill list and look at your cantrips. Like if you have Firebolt in there.
Firebolt.
Cool, just chuck a Firebolt into the alcohol. Let's see what happens.
Like Dark Alliance all
Memorize
over
or
again.
forget during
Oh my god.
No, you wouldn't
That's
need.
what makes me think of Dark
you should
Alliance.
just be able to cast it. Unless, I mean, it's a cantrip. You should be at will, surely.
Hold on.
No, Will's not in the party right now.
Oh, I dragged it to bar and it tracked it as that. I can't just use it out of that menu. Okay.
Weird.
Well,
You're aiming for the alcohol, not the mice.
no, I know. There's also a fire wine barrel, but I don't know if this would be powerful enough to...
Well, that might work too.
It's worth a shot. Let's find out. Yep.
That didn't make the room go up quite as much as I was hoping it would, though.
It was an isolated It's probably not worth burning my action surge. Well,
No,
that comes back
it's
from a
not.
Short rest.
It's not worth it. Don't bother. It's just mice.
I took care of a second pool. Oh, I can't get by while these two are standing in the doorway.
I mean, all
Ooh.
things considered, they are rather sizable rats. They are like the size of your thigh.
Actually, this
I
comes
can't
back
get
on
in,
a short
so I
rest.
can't do murder, so.
So now I can throw.
There you go, Karlak. Have fun. Unless Sarge is still in the way, in which case I can't help with that.
Not movement, apparently.
Oh, I thought it was just that people were blocking the door and you couldn't get through.
No,
Greeting.
apparently, I ran out of movement.
Greetings, traveler. As you can see, my tavern has a severe rat infestation. I'd like you to help me take care of the issue by bringing me 5 boar asses. Will you accept this quest?
Oh, the last ones are out and around. Charming. Yeah, what do you mean I can't reach destination?
It means the destination cannot be reached. The one last rat that's still alive is over here. Beyond the doorway, you're probably gonna have to move over a decent bit more to get line of sight on it.
I can't. It took pathing just to get me this far out.
Yeah.
Then again,
Oh.
since the door is there, I want
Based on where we're at, it's probably gonna run through fire to try and get to us and just die anyway.
Well, you hit something, but it wasn't the mouse.
doors are out of the way.
Oh, Lord, you coming.
Oh, fire's went out. Oh, man.
One XP.
Oh, there was a ring on the ground called Keepsake Ring that just gives you a free cast of Dominate Beast for once per long rest.
Now, if only there were 23,300 more rats in this room, we could be level 12.
Send all this alcohol to camp. I doubt anybody's going to want this ring, so that's also going to camp.
Oh god, we are like way across the city from where we were.
Yay!
Oh, there's a murder target right nearby.
We must save my family! Yeah, some of them even have
And Bumbo, the cat, is here.
We got rats in cellar. We also
No,
got
you don't.
cats.
Not anymore.
But cats are useless. So how about you kill the rats?
Yeah, sure.
I was just down there.
Oh, also, he's on a murder target list.
He is, yeah. Good news. I already killed the rats.
You did? Very clever. Good job. Yes. Here, you take this.
It's going to be like 10 gold.
It's
Oh, that's actually
321 gold, in
sizable.
fact.
That's a sizable amount of gold.
Hey, you already got paid. No more work here. Plenty of rats elsewhere in the city. Go kill those.
Yeah, listen, I need to warn you. You are on a murderer's target list.
Rats? Murderers? Always knew the chef gig wasn't going to be easy. Do not worry. Chef Revere's eyes will be kept peeled for murdering types.
But why is he on a murder list? Hey, Zimbabwe, you got anything to do about this?
Look, Tambourine. A servant comes to help us.
Yeah.
Who's Tambourine?
Kill those rats, would you? When they're dead, the other servants will feed us.
Already got you, buddy.
Tambourine.
You were only doing your job, but still, thanks for killing those rats. Now I can repose decorously in peace.
Hell yeah.
I got you, bud.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love the cats in this game.
It just shows all the love and care they did put into it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Hold up, citizen. This
Oh, that's why it had me come walking all the way over here. Above ground. Okay.
Oh, never mind. I can't go. Okay, cool. They said there's a crime scene up here. Wait, isn't Devello the Dumbo? Is Devello the Dumbo elephant?
I don't remember.
No.
Well, that's definitely the scene of a murder.
Bollocks! I told those idiots not to let anyone through. You. Name, rank, and reason for interrupting an active crime scene. For your sake, the last one better be bloody good.
Oh no, Valeria did tell us to come talk to this lady. That was the Dumbo elephant, yeah.
Okay.
Get her another bottle of mead, no doubt. Yes, I'm Devella, the unfortunate colleague. Unless you've got useful information, leave me to my work. Duke Stelmane's dead, and I've got to find who killed her.
About that.
So anyway, I found a murder list.
God, that's it. Proof that I was right. I've been working on an assignment, see? A research project of sorts. I knew my conclusions were sound. But this... I never expected this.
Yeah, you right, Bio.
I'll tell you what I know. A century ago, there was a man. Saravok Anchev. He was a child of the god of murder.
Saravok sounds familiar.
He
Saravok
ruled the
is
Iron
familiar.
Throne, a dark tower hiding a darker secret.
Pretty sure Saravok was in
Deadly
BG1.
arms dealing network. There, Saravok amassed an army and sought to become a god. Under his stewardship, the Baal temple was revived. And with it, the Baal cult itself. Fortunately, the temple was destroyed. And to cleanse the city of Saravok's memory, the Iron Throne was torn from its foundations and cast into the Chionthar. For most, that was the end of it.
Yeah, he's the main antagonist for Baldur's Gate 1.
That list you spoke of confirms I'm right.
Saravak anchovies.
The Baal
Yes.
cult is back. And someone is out there, continuing Saravok's work.
It's probably Orin.
Yeah.
God save us all if you're right. But I believe it. Whoever it is, they're intimately familiar with Saravok's work. The brutality of the killings is on a par with Saravok's own. But there's something more here. Something new. There's a reference to these murders. A certain flair. It's as if they were done in worship. The precision of the cuts. The depth, the execution. The best butchers in Faerun couldn't make a cut like that. Trust me, I've asked them. I tried to explain all this to my superiors, but they wouldn't have any of it. They told me to drop it. Told me the city doesn't need another conspiracy theorist and to get back to doing my job before they find someone else to do it for me.
Then they hired an elephant lady to do it for me, and she's fucking worthless.
You're not bound by such constraints.
Nope, we sure aren't.
Help me out here. Help the city out.
Yes.
Tell you what, I'm on board for 5 gold and a
You'll be
party.
able to unearth the truth
5
of this
gold and a
resurgence.
party. 5 gold and a party. Yeah, number 3.
Yeah.
There are patriarchs on the murder target list. I'm oath-bound to secure them first, so I'll be heading to the upper city next. While I'm there, the other potential victims will be at risk. Could you warn them?
Shit, we gotta get that list back out of your,
No, they're all marked on the map, dude.
Okay, good. Either 1 or 2, yeah.
That's all I can ask, and more than I hoped. Once I'm done with the patriarchs, I'll head to Basilisk Gate to have another go at convincing my superiors to put some resources into this matter. Meet me there if you've anything more to report. And good luck.
Okay, thank you for abandoning the crime scene. Time to go,
Poking around.
Time to go.
Notes on Stelmane's murder.
Bloody signet ring.
Oh, this is where she was murdered.
Bloodied ring. Guess the killer didn't want jewelry.
Bloodied ring. Guess the killer didn't want jewelry. Map
Sunshine.
of murder? Map of the city bears a single marker, the location of one murder site where the slain were arranged into a grotesque tableau. Fun.
Fun. There's a lovely little symbol over here.
Yeah, but I can't, like, interact with it or anything. I mean, I did see it, but...
I wonder if any of these rooms are available to rent.
You go up the ladder or through the doors?
I went up the ladder.
Oh.
Somebody found something.
Yes, there's a discarded wine bottle that...
Oh! Yo, I found Alfira!
No shit.
Look at us! We made it to the city! We made it to the Elfsong Tavern!
Hell yeah.
Technically we're on top of the Elfsong Tavern.
I mean, what better audience could a bard ask for than the entirety of Baldur's Gate? Larissa lets me practice up here when she's on shift downstairs. She's too good to me. But you... I have a bone to pick with you, oh brave
What, for
adventurer.
saving your ass and then your girlfriend's ass? Oh no, am I in trouble?
Trouble.
One hand.
The most trouble you've ever been in. I've decided I'm not going to perform in the elf song. Mainly because only the elf song itself is allowed to perform. I'm going to open up a school of bards. The best in the realms. To usher in a new age of magic.
Oh, and you want me to be the headmistress. I get it.
Because of you that I dare to dream big enough.
Wow, that lower one! What the fuck?
No.
No!
She's
No,
been
we love-
genuinely
No,
pleasant.
I love you, Alfira.
Make me cry.
Yeah, we love Alfira here.
Here.
My very first lute, tuned to perfection.
Well, we know what instrument
Thought you'd
you're using for the
appreciate it
rest of
when
the
I'm rich
game.
and famous.
Yep.
Take care,
Goddamn
my
straight.
friend. Thank you for helping a stumbling bard.
I thought you could only get that in Act 1 if you, like, gave her the inspiration to do the song thing. I didn't think you could get it later. It's not special or anything. It just says loot.
That's a missed opportunity.
I'm still... But it does have a different appearance to this other loot that I have.
Oh.
So, it might be a unique loot, maybe. I don't know. I'm just going to hold on.
Maybe.
We're just going to hold on to it.
So the thing that I passed the perception check on is a discarded wine bottle, but the description of it says a strong paralytic poison.
Huh.
So she was paralyzed before she was dismembered.
I mean, to a certain extent, it makes a grim kind of logic. You don't want them moving around if you're making ritualistic slashes into a victim.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm just having a jam session with Elfira on the roof.
Hell yeah.
Alright. Cool beans, Elfira. It does actually look like the one she's holding when I'm wearing it.
Oh, damn. Can't talk to any of those birds over there. This is not showing an option to.
Is there the railing is
What?
broken? That makes
Cracked tile.
Cracked tile.
Okay. Tree missed 3 turns. Huh? Interesting.
We Assassin's Creed now, boys.
Gah!
Murder target. Again, these
There's a vendor below me.
these map markers have the same problem as that one Sarge meta like set up.
It's Damon!
Damon.
Hey, buddy!
Da-
Let me down.
Who's Danon again?
The guy who fixed Karlak.
Oh, yeah, him. So, as I was saying, these murder targets have the same problem as that, like, hit target that Sarge set up, where, it could be read as murder the target.
Oh.
Murder target, Cora. Murder target, Figaro. Find the night song. Wizard of Waterdeep. Felligir's Fireworks. Murder target Alexander. Murder target Net Alexander.
that one might actually be a murder.
It better not be the same fucking Alexander or I will stab him.
Oh, really? Was it Bio?
What? Father Lorgan was also paralyzed prior to being dismembered and murdered. Oh. I can't help that it was on screen, Bio. That's not my fault.
I haven't stopped trying to think of something that could help your engine last it out, by the way. Thanks, Karlak. I don't know how this is going to end for you. For any of us, really. But I know I'd be dead without you.
Was he excited about all that infernal iron you're carrying from killing those big robot boys?
You can't do anything about it anymore. I have to find somebody else that can.
No.
Good luck, Karlak. And thank you again.
No, he's a shop though.
So I missed
Yes.
a little bit of the dialogue. I take it it's basically, well, I've done what I can. You're SOL at least.
I'm
where
shocked
I
by
am
my good
concerned.
fortune, quite honestly.
And
It's
that last
pretty
little-
much. He doesn't know what can be done to deal with the engine that's inside my chest.
He would have liked to have put something else in your chest had things been different.
Are you
So
implying?
basically,
I'm sorry.
I'm going to die and take out half the fucking city with me if I don't figure out what to do with this engine.
So are you implying he wanted to stab her with like a sword?
Well, with his
Something
own
like that.
personal sword, maybe, but yes. And also, so you're basically another magical nuke like Gale. Got it.
Ooh.
So right now in the party, we know that we have a magical nuke, an infernal magical nuke, and a rune powder nuke.
Right hand missing, clean severance, mark of the absolute on the floor, empty bottle, spec ballast ritual. Won't tell Valeria that. No, we don't want to tell Valeria things. Carla's gonna end up galing herself. Archducal coronation admission pass. Where the hell did I get that from?
Considering I see in the brief tooltip signed by Gortash himself, either from Gortash or the way you suckered your way in past the guard.
I resemble that remark, sir.
Some sweet gear off of him. For anyone who wants them, I got a armor of persistence, very rare heavy armor, 20 AC, all incoming damage reduced by 2. You just permanently have resistance and blade ward while you have it equipped, and disadvantage on stealth checks because it's heavy armor. So 20 AC, all damage reduced by 2, resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage, and an extra D4 to all of your saving throws.
Extra D4 to all of the... Yeah, I mean... My current armor makes me immune to crits, but... That is more AC.
Yeah, and I think there's that extra helmet laying around that I don't think Sarge is using anymore that would also give you immunity to crits.
Well, my current immunity also gives people health when I Bardic Inspiration, to be fair.
True.
But that armor sounds...
with your heal bot ways, I don't even know if that's necessary anymore with how you're doing your healing stuff.
Ooh, that armor looks fancy.
Oh, that's sick.
That looks
There's also some really sweet boots called Boots of Persistence. You gain freedom of movement and long strider while you have them equipped, and dex saving throws are at a +1.
That's the good shit right there. I agree.
Wait.
I mean, that would allow you to get right up next to people with your heal potting, too.
No. Bio was reacting to the armor. I was just...
No, I know. I was thinking about the boots and context.
Yeah, but but for my heal botting, I give temporary HP when I heal people with my current boots.
Oh, gotcha.
So like basically, I just heal
be...
for more.
I think this would be good for Karlak, depending on what boots she already has. Oh, right. The boots that she has right now, though, give
Aren't
her
aren't those the super jump boots?
Yeah, they are.
The zoomy go fast super jump boots.
Sarge, do you want them?
The boots I have on.
What are you wearing?
Give me. It's the Stormy Clamor.
Oh no, those are the ones you want. Yeah. No, he wants Stormy. He wants Stormy Clamor forever. Like those.
I mean, I guess
those are his good ones.
I mean, I could put them on. I've been liking the Disintegrating Nightwalkers ever since we got them from Spider Queen back in Act 1, but...
You can always buy it, stuff it in the camp chest, and mull it over for a week.
Oh, I already have it. Yeah.
Implying he doesn't already own it.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can just shove it into a box and mull it over.
I mean, just having Longstrider all the time when we haven't had that since I stopped being a wizard. Unless Inu has access to Longstrider.
I do not have access to it.
Yep.
Well, okay. I don't think I have access.
It's probably on my...
wizards. What spell level is it?
Level 1.
Shield, expedition
doesn't
retreat,
look like
chromatic
it.
orb, magic missile, ray of.
No, I'm not seeing the symbol.
No, I don't have it.
No, it's not so other people can't use them. I always am just like, hey, I got new shit. Who wants them?
I mean, denial of assets is a valid strategy.
No. By other people, he means not us people. Like people
okay.
outside of the party.
Fair enough.
You're just denying everybody else things. It's just things are only for us.
And again,
yes, I did miss it because I was thinking about it in like game terms where like that's not just a thing that's gonna happen in the game. Like me buying something off of or not buying something off of vendors and gonna put it into the hands of an enemy. But overall, yes. Gloves that Karlach might be interested in: flawed Helldust gloves. Your weapon attacks deal an extra 1 to 4 fire damage, +1 strength saving throws. If you're doing unarmed attacks, it would also deal an extra 1 to 4 necrotic damage and possibly inflict bleeding, but you're not doing unarmed, so... do you want an extra 1 to 4 fire damage on all of your weapon attacks?
Nah, the one I have gives me temporary hit points when I enter rage.
Okay. I mean, just the ability to have freedom of movement where I can't be paralyzed or restrained. Like, yes, I lose the ability to not be enwebbed, entangled, or ensnared, and can't slip on grease or ice, and lose a free cast of Misty Step per day. But I think it's finally time to replace those boots.
But they've been with
Does
you
anybody...
since Act 1.
They sure have, and they have served me fucking well, I tell you what. I don't think anybody's actually going to want this armor. I just picked it up because it was, I mean, technically unique. I doubt there's more than one copy of this. Medium armor that gives you full dex bonus to your AC and doesn't give disadvantage on stealth. 16 AC and resistance to fire damage, but...
Oh, that sounds like really good for somebody using medium armor.
Yeah. But Carla currently doesn't want armor. Because she's getting an AC and saving throw bonus for not having armor equipped.
Right. And also her dex bonus is only +1 anyway.
Yeah.
That's like somebody who's like a medium armor wearing like rogue or something, where you with that and then like a 20 in dex where you have like a +11, like you're starting at like 21 AC plus any other bonuses that you have.
Oh right, and then I also picked up I've a full flawed Helldusk set. The helmet gives +2 bonus to saving throws against spells and con saving throws, +1 overall. The armor is 18 armor. When you're hit by a foe, it might take 1 to 4 fire damage, and you take 1 less piercing damage, so it's kind of for both of them. So I doubt anyone's going to want those. Send those to camp.
Hey, did we ever put music box in Karlach's inventory?
I don't know. You have any more? No, you didn't. Okay.
No, that's a disguise kit. It doesn't look like it. I exactly did not to pimp out his bone armor anyway. Probably a while ago. I don't remember exactly. Just to point out, we are at time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, even with the extra sources, it doesn't do anything. Okay.
Oh, so yeah, like I said, if we have a spare music box lying around, I know you, Sarge, and I'll have one, but it doesn't look like Elle has any.
I found a fourth one, but it wouldn't let me grab it, even with Mage Hand.
Ah, gotcha. I wasn't sure if you'd ever worked that out.
No. It was being a fickle bitch.
Alright, well, I'm just on a roof. as one does, naturally.
Yeah.
And I've now lost my position because I was looking at something. All right, there we go. I seem to have a
Murder targets, murder targets, murder targets, murder targets.
seem to have a something floating over my head. I'm not sure what.
Find the night song. Speak to Lorcan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark One's
We still have
Blessing.
to resolve that.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, no, we have to do that. We have to hit up the rest of these like murder victims or murder targets. And let them know
Investigate the
about
suspicious toys at Feligir's fireworks.
Yep. So we got a lot on deck for next week. There's also a bit at the north of the map that we haven't explored yet. It looks like I was looking from the top of my roof here. It looks like there's like a church and maybe like a mortuary or something back there. Maybe like a mosque or something as well. A lot of religious looking shit back there. And then there's the other.
One of them turns out to be the nuke factory.
Then there's the other direction from where we came in that we didn't go past the Basilisk Gate. So, yeah, tons of shit to explore yet. And also, Karlak, what the hell happened to your health?
I don't know.
I know it's been gone for a while, but what actually did that much damage? Was that during the fight with the Gith?
I don't know.
Definitely wasn't the fight against the rats.
That's for sure.
Fair.
I mean, there is an absurd pool of blood just like right here.
An absurd?
Yes.
I know it ain't from me.
Oh. Whatever. No matter. Till next time, I suppose.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Later.